Alrighty. Please start. Thank you. No idea. We'll see if this is interesting.
Okay.
We'll see what it looks like.
Sure. Hello, chat.
Hello. We are live.
Yes.
How is everybody doing?
I'm actually doing some perspective.
I'm tired as heck today.
I'm tired as heck
So we
too.
just went early because I ain't getting any more. I ain't getting less tired, so we might as well just hit live.
Yeah.
How is everybody doing today? What is everybody working on? Any artwork? Any art trades? Any
projects?
Complete and absolute brain rot, avoiding art, haven't drawn in weeks type of deal? Me.
Honestly, me. Really.
For real.
For real.
For real. I have absolutely no idea. I turned a setting on TikTok that said something about promotional content.
Yeah.
Let's see if that does anything. Never seen it before, so I just decided to click it.
And see what happens.
Hey, Dahlia. Rico, hello. Doing okay.
Just starting to draw bodies. Awesome.
G-Rai. Yes, I think that's it. Hello, welcome.
Hey.
Strilixia. Hello. I definitely get a workout every day from the usernames.
A brain and mouth workout.
Definitely a workout. Trying to work on anime art school. Trying? What is the try?
Are we distracting you? I'm trying to work on some 5-point, sort of. Just trying to see, just trying to test some stuff.
Welcome.
Here we go.
Live info.
Huh. Feeling sicky? Dahlia, how long? I feel like you get sick like very often.
Whoa. Dahlia is sick more than she's not sick. Are you okay? Did you ever go on that hike after you got better last time? You know, I hope you're okay.
Yeah. Make sure you
Hey,
eat some healthy
Katsua.
food.
Chill gaming, nice.
Nice. That's always a great way to spend your day.
Lau, Fox, thanks for sharing the live. How are y'all? Still learning the very basics of drawing. Any good tutorials to follow? We have a lot of tutorials.
Yes, we do.
What's up? He's meowing.
He might come over.
Good morning, Zeet live. He's getting your drink.
Oh, hey, don't drink my water. Applejack.
He's already bugging.
He's already bugging us. The usual Applejack movement. Applejack moment.
Yeah. I click buttons today on TikTok stuff, so we'll see how it goes. I click random settings and stuff.
What kind of tutorials are you like? I mean, the very basics of drawing.
Tutorials to follow? I would say if you're learning the very basics of drawing, it would be good to learn some basic exercises and do them a bunch of times.
Yeah. Like kind of just get a feel for drawing, practice marks on the paper, see what happens, experiment in your sketchbook. I think a great way to just kind of get an introduction to art is doodling on your homework. You know, kind of just test stuff.
Yeah. How are y'all? Okay. Yeah, I would say, got out of school and you're walking home. Nice. Yeah. Try stuff. Experiment. Try a bunch of different stuff. When you're just getting started with drawing, that's the best time to experiment and try different stuff and mess around and all that.
Yeah. Mess around and find out.
I saw from a message that the manga part of your program is coming up. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Whose message did you see? Because I certainly hadn't put out any. Deer Park water is the worst tasting water ever. Is it bog water?
It's most likely bog water. It's gotta be.
How can I get better at learning color values? Not sure what you mean. Like, what color has different value? Get a color wheel and turn it in black and white and see what colors correspond to what values.
Like, you can just place different colors on the canvas, turn it into black and white, and see what happens. Like, what kind of gray tone you see.
Yeah. Bro, this song slaps.
It sure does.
This was the song we gate kept.
Yeah.
Okay, there.
Okay. Just
Heading
strolling
out.
around. How do I draw manga frames quicker if my characters are already simple?
I'm not really sure what you mean.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What do you mean by quicker? And I
What's
don't really
it called
know.
again? I don't remember. Like, if I wait. Or
If I
something.
wait, yeah.
Yeah, if I wait instrumental. Oh wait, the secretary forgets. You gotta have it written down somewhere, right? Oh yeah. Hello, welcome. What kind of stuff do you guys offer in your art program? Did you go to the page that it talks about it? Because it talks a lot about it.
Yes.
Everything there. There's a bunch of different classes. There's heads, faces, and expressions class. That's 14 weeks long and even goes over some illustrations and the whole process. There's a perspective class that's 14 weeks long.
There's a painting class.
Yeah, there's a painting class. There's a figure drawing class. There's a character design class. There's a
costume
all that
drawing.
sort of stuff. Like, not focusing as much on smaller details. How would I train myself to do faster sketches? You kind of answered your own question. I think if you want to be able to draw faster, it's really about being more familiar with the subject that you're drawing, having a lot of practice, and you kind of named it, like not focusing on details and focusing on the bigger picture.
Right. Well, like, I think also trying to draw more placeholder stuff. Like, when I'm drawing this kind of frame here, sometimes it's just getting a placement, and that could just be as simple as placing a box in the right perspective, or like just kind of planning out your frame. So like,
really understand what you want people to focus on, and you're gonna put most of your time on that. Like, do you want someone to look at a particular area in the canvas, direct the attention there, and you can like trick people into thinking something's more detailed than it is by making the parts that everybody pay attention to more detailed and directing people's attention away from less detailed areas. That's going to happen naturally to a good extent. That's kind of like the idea of composition. What's your PC specs? I don't know. Like, I don't know, 32 gigs of RAM. This isn't even a PC. This is just an iPad.
Yeah. This is a bog standard iPad Pro 13 inch.
32 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of VRAM from the graphics card, and I don't know. I don't remember. I don't have it written down anywhere around here. We're not drawing on a PC though. This is an iPad.
Yeah. Like, I think, you know, putting in quick grids, like, just to get an idea, just to place it on the frame, like, because when you're drawing like a manga frame or whatever, you start rough, just kind of get an idea before you like do anything like more like slower, right? If your placement isn't right, then your drawing will kind of not turn out the way you want it to. But yeah. How do you draw cool perspectives like these? I tried doing it and the proportions look off.
I talked about this a little bit on our last stream from yesterday. Let's see. a lot of this is all from yesterday. So if you want to go check out that last stream, it's on our red play button channel.
Yep.
And you can check it out. I broke down how to draw on fisheye lenses, how to move the vanishing points inside of fisheye lenses. So like this is a 45-degree rotation in fisheye. This is 3/4 view in fisheye perspective. I talked about how most times you draw in fisheye perspective, you're actually cropping it. And you can also do a Dutch angle, which is like a tilted horizon line.
Ooh, that was a really good lesson.
Yeah, so this is all from yesterday. A little bit of math as well. So if you want to check that out, you can go over there. And yeah, I gave examples of,
I love that one. That one's so cool.
Like how you could crop artworks with fisheye lenses in different ways. I showed some of like TB Choi's work. We did some silly character design stuff talking about changing proportions, but that can help.
Yep. Well, like that's kind of like what I'm doing here. I just took this part of the grid, I just drew a frame around it, and I'm basically just matching all of my boxes or whatever into this frame. As for like measuring, like drawing a person in this perspective and trying to make it look decent, you know, that requires more steps, right? Understanding proportion and how to like do that in perspective. I mean, there's like a basic kind of like concept called like subdividing. And so like if you are, you know, let's say I'm just gonna do 1 point box. Let me see here. Let's do it this way. So like the way how you subdivide and divide things in half is you draw an X. And this center line right here, you divided this section in half. So like that's like the hard part when it comes to like foreshortening. That's why like people, when they draw buildings, they'll accidentally make it way too long, even though if it quote unquote like feels right. But like if you were to draw this box in a side view, it would probably look like this. Yeah. Right? That's a complicated thing about foreshortening. So like this takes a lot of guesswork. Like for me here, when I drew this, you know, even this may not be correct, but I have the idea that, you know, the feet are getting drastically smaller because this is, you know, a different perspective, right? It's basically coming down way faster. So like rather than a person that is just only slightly, you're slightly looking down at and you can see more like a natural proportion like this, it's much more speedy. But like that's more by like feel. It's kind of hard to explain it just like that, but you know, there's a difference between large head, small feet versus this one. You can see like the perspective has really changed in here.
Hey, clear sky.
Hey, clear sky. But it's like the closer something is to you, you'll see like a lot of foreshortening. Like if a box is right in front of you, you'll probably even like barely see the side of it. So you have to like make it extra short. But like that comes with a lot of experience with like drawing different boxes in perspective. And kind of feeling it out, you know? Are you gonna do any art study this stream? Art studies. I don't know.
Kitties.
Kitty studies?
Can you draw and explain the Lumis head method? If you want to learn the Lumis head method, I would really recommend getting Lumis's book, Drawing like the Head and Hands. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
It's a good book. It explains it a lot better from the original source than
how
because we don't really use the Lumis method. Neither Christina nor I use the Lumis method. So if you want to learn it, I would recommend just learning it from Lumis. His book itself.
I would say go
pretty
and
easy
look
to find.
at,
You could probably find it online as like a PDF or something.
Yeah, like look at how he draws it, like because he does it step by step, I believe, and then basically just like copy it, like do the step by steps. I remember one of my first drawing books that I got. It was a book called like How to Draw 50 Princesses, and it was basically like just a bunch of drawings, just step by step, and I just tore through that book and just followed it. I'm like, oh, there was a one that I remembered specifically on Cinderella. And they did like, oh, step 1, draw this head, and kind of get the proportions in, and I was like matching it, trying my best to match what was in the book. And that's kind of how you learn, right? You have to like imitate in a way. You always have to go through a period of imitation and following step by steps, but then like gradually you're gonna have to like understand how to move on from that. But like, yeah, just take the book or like find it online and just like practice the step by step and try to understand it.
Just interested to hear how others understand this, a different point of view. I'm not familiar enough with the Lumis method to teach it.
Yeah.
I would just be guessing and probably give you bad information. I'd have to brush up on it. So you'd have to find someone else who actually uses it. There's probably a bunch of good videos out there online. I'd hate to teach something that I'm not familiar with the exact steps, because he draws it in a really specific way, right? He draws like a circle and divides a circle in half, and then pull out another half from the bottom and then chops off the sides. I don't remember exactly how it is.
Yeah.
It would just be guessing, and I wouldn't want to guess to tell you how someone else draws things. How do you draw circles and line confidently? Do we have to do line drills? Surprisingly enough, straight lines don't really come naturally to people, so you have to actually practice them. But pretty much anybody can learn how to draw a straight line. It's fairly simple, but it is something that has to be practiced.
Right.
And it's good to specifically practice drawing straight lines, because you'll go like, oh, well, I'll draw a lot and I'll just draw a bunch of straight lines while I'm drawing, and that will be my practice. It's better to just, put some time aside to maybe warm up and draw some straight lines. Do you want to, you could probably talk about that with like ghosting and points and stuff like that.
So like one of the exercises you do is you draw 2 points, kind of do it in a pretty manageable, like separate, like distance, nothing too long, nothing too short. You don't want to draw like straight line just like that. That's kind of defeats the purpose. And then what you do is you ghost. So ghosting is you kind of prepare the movement. So get your lines, or get your wrist to move in a way that's confident, and before you actually put down the pen onto the page, you're like, okay, just ghosting, and then once you're confident, you draw the line.
Span the gap.
Yeah.
And then you do it again.
And you do it again, yeah.
You can do it up and down, you can do it left and right, you can do it at an angle. Generally, people's best angle is going to kind of be up diagonal a lot of the time.
It's just comfortable.
You only really have to be able to draw one straight line. For the rest, you can rotate your canvas. A lot of people will learn how to draw multiple straight lines in different directions just because it's faster, but you really only need to be able to draw one straight line.
Yeah. Like diagonal ones is just really simple. But
ghost,
like, ghost,
and
ghost,
then
boop.
once you kind of feel it, put that down.
Yeah. And
that's a good way to practice, and I would honestly just fill pages and pages with them.
Yeah, and you can make them even longer if you want to like test yourself, but like the longer it is, the harder it's going to be.
It's a good way to move from practicing boxes in perspective to actual scenes and objects. Learn how to manipulate form. So drawing boxes in perspective is kind of the most primitive version of something, right? But if you want to draw more complex objects, that would come down to form manipulation. So you would generally start with a box or a primitive form that is like closest to the object you want to draw.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would manipulate that. You would chop sides off, you would cut pieces, you would, remove or separate chunks from it. Because, all objects is just primitive forms, and with other smaller primitive forms on them, or removed from them, or whatever, like 3D modeling type stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, your shoulder muscle is just a box, but it's like one side is much more chiseled out. And it kind of looks like that.
That's like your deltoid.
Yeah, that's like your deltoid.
That's a lot of stuff. That's your deltoid. It could be like a shield. It could be a part of a rock or a gemstone or a crystal or literally anything. Like, It's like a low poly version of something.
Yeah, like your pack is this. It's a box. Another box.
And then
With,
you know, just create a transition between the sides if you're rendering it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, that could be a good way to start. That's why people who draw boxes a whole lot, once they start getting good at it, they can transition into drawing other objects relatively easily. Of course, drawing boxes doesn't solve the design issue. It doesn't solve the visual library issue. So like there's a lot of other stuff to learn, but drawing a lot of boxes and objects, primitive forms and perspective solves a lot of the dimensional drawing issue, which is a very large part
of the problem.
Large part of the problem, yeah.
Like this doesn't have to be heck, it could be like a stone.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be like, you know, a broken piece of porcelain. Does it work with hands as well? Oh yeah. Actually, our newest one of our newest videos on our channel is on hands, and I talk about like, you know, starting with a hand, kind of like folded pieces of paper. It's still dimensional drawing, it's a little bit simpler, but instead of like starting with like really complex forms, you start something simple. You know, like this. You know, and you could expand these into boxes if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that feels approachable, and then you can like take this batch or take this section and like, oh, I'm gonna divide it. I'm gonna actually like turn these into fingers or blocky fingers of some sort. So yes, it definitely works with hands. Right, not the most proportional hand, but like it gets you somewhere. It's like close enough to a hand that you can recognize it.
That's a really good starting point too, because it allows you to think about the design and placement of the parts of the hand before you start getting bogged down by details and knuckles and fingernails and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Placing things in a spot that you like is really, really important.
Yeah, I mean, this works with feet too. Like, you know, say you simplify a leg, like a cylinder, and then your foot is also a wedge.
Struggle moving on from boxes to complex designs. Feels like you're missing a step. Could be a couple of things. The first one is maybe you're not as good as boxes as you think you are. That could be a possibility. It's likely. Mm-hmm. Number two, which might not be an or, but it could be an addition. Like you might just not know what things look like. Like what forms make up the thing that you want to draw. Right? Like you can pretty much make anything out of Legos. You can pretty much make anything out of like simple primitive forms. But I would recommend drawing more than just boxes. Like draw primitive forms, cylinders, boxes, cones, spheres, you know. And then you can practice combining them together. Like, you know, drumstick is like a blob or an oval, a capsule shape into like a box.
Like, what are those? Maracas? In a way. I mean, your arm is that way. It's a drumstick with a box at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can start with a box. Like a long box like this.
A box is just a really good visual representation of like a three-dimensional space.
Mm-hmm. And then you could say like, oh, I'm gonna use this as a base, but then I'm gonna morph the top. So like, oh, what if I want my arm to kind of come out like this?
That makes more sense. I was trying to draw the object inside box. You can do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that. You can definitely draw objects inside of the box, or you could make the box like become the thing, like a primitive form, you know, modeling or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Gotta make sure that all these are in the same perspective. What was that one industrial design book that you got a while back?
Well, like sketching the
basics. Sketching the basics.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. It's more product design focused.
Yeah.
But it does have a good emphasis on form and object drawing, like three-dimensional space.
Mm-hmm.
It talks a lot about different things like ellipses. It talks about cross sections, thinking in 3D space. It's all like dimensional drawing.
I'm trying to draw ellipses. It's hard. It's kind of fun just drawing I think drawing cylinders and kind of like making them thicker and thinner also really helpful. Turning them into like little potion bottles or vases or vases. I don't know how you pronounce it.
I've never heard someone pronounce it vase. Is that a thing?
I've heard vase before. Probably like British or something.
Maybe so.
Mm-hmm. And they can add like a little lip. Boop.
Oh, trying to get into university for your undergraduate? Nice.
Awesome.
What are you trying to get in for? Or I guess to study. Cylinders be okay for arms too? They're not a bad starting position.
Yeah. I start a lot of my
point.
arms with cylinders.
Hey, Ginny.
Hey, Ginny.
How's it going?
Like, you can use that as a starting point and then continue morphing it. Like, for me, like, I tend to draw the upper arm as a cylinder, but then the bottom one, I'll transition from a cylinder to a box. You know, because it's a little bit more accurate. Like, the wrist is more of a box than it is a cylinder. But, like, you can totally just start with bog standard cylinders. I mean, just regular cylinders, and then just change it later. I think cylinders are a great way to show the perspective. Like, oh, here's a cylinder that you're looking up at. Oh, and here's a cylinder that's facing you. It's very easy to tell. But it, you know, takes time to draw and kind of get a feel for the dimension. You know, which is why Colton teaches it really well in our classes. And you need to do the exercises, right?
Are my messages going through? Yep. General foundation of art. Nice. Like, what do they teach in the general foundation? Do you have a list of classes that you're going to be taking and like teachers that you'll have? I'm interested in hearing about that. You're drawing your OCs.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's fun.
We have a few side profile TikToks on our profile, so you can check those out. They're pretty recent videos. You can even think of hands like little robot hands. Like they're all like little square joints. And everything's a box at this point.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good here. Hope you're doing good too. Struggling to draw a side profile. Use the guidelines. Any advice? It's probably a proportional issue.
Yeah. And also, like, you know, drawing side profiles is like you're drawing in 3D even though it doesn't look like 3D. Like, for instance, like, this plane is actually going out and going back in, and then going out, going back in, out and in. And then they also have their own proportions. So, like, I mean, you're doing two very difficult things, right? For most people, like, a side profile just kind of looks like flat and like a sticker. They'll just kind of think of it like this. No dimension whatsoever. But it's like, you know, for an artist, you think, oh, you think this. Right? Just going back and forth, in and out, in and out. And the frequency of how it goes in and out also changes depending on the side profile. So, like, I want you to think in this rather than a line that goes in a specific pattern, right? Because this is just, like, very shallow. This shows a bit more understanding. So, I mean, in a way, the side profile is a center line. So, like, if you drew a line in the center, it will basically be the center. It'll basically be the center line, right? It's just that. So, like, understanding that there's also barriers. Like, there's only so much or so far the features will go through. Like, your features aren't going to cave into the face like this.
What do you mean by barrier? I don't understand
that. Like, there's a how do I say it?
Because I've never heard that before.
Yeah, I kind of just made up the word barrier. Like, but what I mean is, like, there's a limit. Once again, it depends on, like, your head shape, but generally your features don't go outside of this range and kind of go out of nowhere, right? That's not really a side profile. A side profile doesn't also just like have nowhere to go. Like it has like a mask. Like this is like the mask, and this is where your features stop. Maybe that's a better way to explain it. Generally, like you can use that as a stopping point, and then change it later if you still don't feel like it feels right. So like this goes out, then this goes in at this point. Out, in.
List
out,
of subjects, nice. It's a lot of different stuff. Game design. What is game design?
Yeah,
like,
what is?
Are you going to be working in game engines, or are you going to be learning like? Because I notice a lot of colleges will have like this kind of game design class, but like what actually is that? Because like a game has a lot of different design elements in it. Is it like Unity and Unreal Engine and like placing levels and floors, or is it like designing the objects and environments of games, like concept art type stuff? I notice a lot of colleges and universities will kind of just have like game design, like ooh,
what does
that
that
sounds
mean?
fun, but then you actually take the class and you're just like, the heck, like what was that about? Like what did I learn?
You're like,
I mean, you can like study game design, right, in a college. Like I have a friend who studied game design, and he was making games in Unity like the whole time. He learned how to model. He learned how to do low poly, high poly, substance. They're working inside of the game engine. He builds entire games. He has a bunch of games on Steam now. He actually makes a bunch of money from them. He just makes like a bunch of different games, but he like specifically studied game design in college. He spent 4 years learning it. And like for him, it was like, Unity, Unreal, some programming, learning how to make everything fit together, texturing, rigging, like all that kind of stuff.
that's really cool.
I haven't spent a lot of time learning that, a little bit here and there, but I don't really work inside of any game engines. I've done a little bit of modeling and all that kind of stuff. I feel like game or
Game design.
concept art.
Oh yeah.
It's like the hot keyword that every college wants on their list.
It is a hot keyword.
Because they're like,
Ooh, people like that.
people like that. People like
People already
games.
have an idea of what they think concept art is, and so they're like, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, oh, like concept art is like the cool illustrations, right? I'm like, well, that would actually be more like actual like marketing illustrations.
Yeah. It's just I find it very interesting. I find it really interesting to read the list of classes that colleges these days have for art. How do you draw wrinkles? What do you use to study anatomy?
I mean, do you mean anatomy like just drawing bodies in general, or do you mean like anatomy, like studying the various muscles? Because you'll use not two different. You'll use different materials and different tools to study those things.
Do you mean anatomy as in drawing people, or do you mean anatomy as in you want to memorize all of the muscles?
Like scientifically.
Scientifically. Draw wrinkles? Do you mean like clothing? Like
I thought you meant skin wrinkles.
clothing? I don't know what the grid method is. Do you mean use a perspective grid? Would you recommend I use the grid method to study perspective? I don't know what the grid method is. A perspective grid? You don't use a grid to study perspective. You use a grid to help keep your perspective correct. You would have to study perspective and understand it and do exercises. Grids simply help you keep your stuff
In the right plane of existence.
Yeah, correct. Like, it helps your lines go back to the vanishing point, and it gives you like a visual indicator to help you stay with it. But it's not like a method. It's just you having a perspective grid as like a visual helper. But that doesn't teach you perspective. It just
keeps you on track.
Yeah, it's kind of like saying, I don't know, like having the bumper lanes up in bowling teaches you how to bowl. It just keeps your ball from flying off.
Like some
I
people
would
draw.
say you could definitely use a grid. It won't teach you perspective. In order to learn perspective, you would want to, do exercises, maybe watch some lessons on drawing, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, and then practice a bunch of boxes, right? Make sure that you're using draw the other sides that you can't see. But yeah, grids are great. A lot of people use them.
I think if you want to know how to draw bodies, like the basics, you would take a figure drawing class. We have a figure drawing class in our classes. That shows the basic forms and the proportions. Like anatomy, we teach anatomy and also figure drawing in the same class, where I would have you go through like, actual anatomy, but also understanding the basic structure. So for instance, this is in our class. I teach proportion in the class, which is very important. For just setting up your figure, right? Just something very simple like this. Remember, like no muscles or anything like that. And muscles is like the anatomy, right? And then you would basically take that one step further. So this is a proportion setup. Here's like the blocky breakdown. And then here's like a more complicated breakdown, but like using this as a base. And then you would take that, and turn it into something like this. So here's like further examples. This is all from our anime art school, but like here's proportion, here's figure drawing, here's some gesture, then forms, right? And then anatomy. This is like very lean, but that's because I wanted to just show where all the muscle is. And then later on you would paint it. So like here's examples of like the painted versions in black and white, and then in color. So it's kind of like you're just continuously adding on steps and adding on forms, softening them and all that stuff, depending on what you want your thing to be. So that's what I would do if I wanted to study anatomy. Like I would basically crap, I should have.
Do you guys go live all the time? Yeah, pretty often.
I would take I would have references like this, and I would draw it a bunch, like just construct it every single time. Proportion first, forms, then some anatomy, or some simplified anatomy, and I would just practice that over and over and over. So like that's what I would do.
What's the difference between foundation and fundamentals? I think people interchange them. They are interchangeable. Generally speaking, like fundamentals is like, I don't know, dimensional drawing, aka perspective, lighting, color theory, and like foundation is like all of that stuff.
Yeah.
People use them interchangeably.
The pillars of art, I guess.
If there is a slight technical difference, it will not affect your learning speed in any way, shape, or form, so I wouldn't worry about it. But people use them interchangeably.
Like if you can draw a very simple person with correct perspective, like this I can make this pretty anytime I choose. But like this is the part where people don't really understand, because it just takes a lot of time to get the proportions right. Proportions are harder than you think, because if you don't really know how to divide in halves, and it's hard to divide in halves because you kind of have to like measure and stuff, it's going to be even harder to like see like, oh, where does the rib cage go, and have a frame of reference.
Do you guys have any tips on improving observation skills on drawing real person? Do you mean like capturing a likeness? Like you want your drawing to look like a specific person? I just want to, clarify. Is he wearing a Speedo? I don't know. Maybe.
Does he look like he's wearing a Speedo? Oh. I thought you meant you.
You thought you meant me.
I was like, what?
Yes, I am.
No, he's not technically wearing...
He's not technically a person at all. He's just Noodles.
Yeah.
He's Noodle Man.
Yeah. He's
Noodles.
Noodle Man.
Noodles wearing a Speedo. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Noodles wearing a Speedo.
Yes, like the likeness. That's not something that I studied, capturing likeness in portraits.
I love that.
Hey, Ouchie. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you could draw a pelvis this way just by drawing a Speedo, I guess. Or like an underwear kind of form. This would be great, a great starting point. Applejack. What's with this pose? It looks like a folded like chicken.
Applejack.
The likeness. So
Yeah, I never studied capturing likenesses. Some people tend to swear by the Riley rhythms. They use those and they look for those in particular people's faces. That's really all I have. I never really studied capturing likenesses of people. I was never a portrait artist. So Nathan Fowkes does a lot of portraits in charcoal, and he tends to swear by the Riley rhythms. He says practice them a lot. I trust him. He's a really good portrait artist. He does phenomenal likenesses in charcoal. You know, look for the shapes of
specific
features.
yeah.
Like, look for the character.
Yeah.
Like, prominent features. What does the character have about them that makes them unique? Is there a specific shape? Is there a specific arrangement of the forms of the face? Like, you're definitely going to want to know the forms of the face. Like, the planes of the face.
You know, stuff like this.
Where's our sorrow head? There it is.
Yeah.
Like, you probably want to study the planes of the face a bit.
Those are the planes of the face. Like understanding like where the cheekbone is, how the cheek kind of caves in, you know, where the jawline is.
Yeah.
All those forms.
Because like faces have planes, right? Not every face is going to have the same exact planes in the same places, but they're all going to have a brow ridge, right? They're all going to have a nose. The bone ends and the cartilage begins, and you can pretty much see it on most people. So it's going to be somewhere.
Yeah.
Some people's noses stick up, stick down, all kinds of stuff. There's like going to be different forms, but they all have the same components, right? Everybody's got one of these.
Start with
I
an
hope
average.
everybody's got one of these inside. And so every single thing on the face this is the structure. So people who do portraits study this a lot. They draw it from a bunch of different angles because the eyeballs go in there, you know?
Yep.
The nose goes on the end of this. And you will really, really see the skull on some people. Like, very much so.
Like I've seen people with their eye socket their eye sockets are like very, very defined, you know. But like, and that's like a part of their character, right? Sometimes people will have like sunken cheeks, or like the ball of their mouth is very prominent, right? So like that adds to likeness. Other times it's like different head shapes. Like I remember seeing someone with like kind of like a mango shaped head, you know, and that would make someone's likeness. That would make the likeness even closer if you like capture those kind of features, right? You know, some people have hooked noses, so like combining unique features to the person is what's going to help.
Yeah.
Like you can
and
use a
look
base.
for this on your model. You'll see these things on your model. You will see their specific features and the way that they fit together.
Yeah.
And look for those simple rhythms and shapes. Ramon Hurtado talked about this a bit in his class, like looking for those rhythms that are specific to the person you are drawing. And a lot of the time they will be very obvious.
Yeah.
Of course, you want an underlying foundation of head drawing because that's always going to come in handy. Like understand, you know, how to draw the ball of the mouth, understand how to draw lips, what components make that up, what components make up the eyelid, and then look at your specific model and look for those rhythms inside of their faces and utilize that underlying knowledge you have of head construction and then lean it towards the shapes of the model.
Yeah.
Specifically.
I mean, like, understanding the head planes. And the moment I do this, people are going to be like, is this Lumis method? I mean, like,
understand, like, the, you know, the Lumis method is good.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good method.
It's a good starting
It's
point.
not the only method, but it's a good starting point.
Yeah. I think what it does well is that it's very approachable. So, like, now, I don't think this is, like, the entire Lumis method, but this is, like, partially, because I've a few times, you know, he'll have you, like, you know, divide this and this in half like that to kind of get, like, the brow, perhaps. But, like, you would need to do the research on it. You know, this is just symbolizing the side of your head, which generally is a bit flatter and more like a flatter plane. Like
yeah, Lumis pulls out his side plane like that a lot.
Yeah.
It's a good starting point because it gets you the correct perspective and main planes that you can place all the features on.
Yeah.
You have to be able to draw in perspective, unfortunately. That's kind of a whole
other thing.
That's a whole, process in and of itself. Like you don't simply draw in 3D. You have to learn how to draw in 3D. But once you can draw in 3D, everything becomes a heck of a lot easier.
And then you just continue adding forms. Like I think Michael Hampton's book on drawing people has this kind of structure, which I think is pretty good.
Is great.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And if you just look really closely, here's a box. Here's a box. Here's another box. Here's a sphere set inside the head. Here's another kind of round form for the mouth. It looks ugly right now, but
the forms are there.
The forms are there.
You would place the face on top of this. This is like a solid underlying 3D structure to put a head on.
Yeah. Like this isn't meant to look aesthetic. This is meant to give you an idea of how the structure works. Like this part especially right here, a lot of people miss, like the forehead, how far the forehead comes out and how far the eyebrow ridge comes out. Like people miss those things because they're too used to being like, well, I want to just draw the outline. When people only focus on outline, they're not focusing on like the structure. So just be really careful. But everyone starts somewhere. So like if you've always done outlines, like I've always done outlines, who hasn't? Like just kind of start by shifting your brain to think more in 3D.
Do I have Nathan Fowkes' book?
Do you?
Yeah,
you
charcoal
do.
Portraits?
You do.
I have his watercolor gouache landscapes.
How the Lumis method would apply to bodies? It's a head drawing method, not necessarily a body one. He also has like ways that he draws the body, but he would start it with like any other artist, which is like proportions. Proportions are generally the same. Yeah, drawing portraits is very different from drawing bodies. I mean, like you'll utilize the same process, which is proportion.
I do have his book.
Oh, good.
I didn't realize I had this. I forgot.
Proportion, form. Right. I would say if you're doing bodies, you would add gesture to the list. And 3 is form. But like every kind of thing that you draw will have this kind of process: proportion, gesture, form. Gesture like kind of is together with proportion, but like you can combine them. But like that's basically how you can draw anything. Oh, that's nice.
How to Draw Portraits in Charcoal. This is a book by Nathan Fowkes. Here he is, or here's his book.
So pretty.
And I'll find the spot where he talks about, like, I mean, you can see he's a great charcoal artist.
Oh wow.
He captures likeness very well with his models, and he really strongly emphasizes the Riley rhythms. He likes to look for those rhythms in someone's head before he draws them. Let me look. He talks a lot about values, like this sort of thing, structure. Right? You can see he drew out the rhythms here. He finds them in the particular person in order to get the placement of features. Of course, this requires dimensional drawing. This requires an understanding of rendering form, core shadows, cast shadows. So there's like a lot more, right? It's like capturing a likeness is like understanding the proportions and forms and how to find them. Then there's the rendering part, which is like, cast shadows, cores, implying form and lighting and all that kind of stuff, right? But you can see, here's the Riley rhythms, Riley head abstraction.
I like that he said abstraction.
Yeah. And it's basically just a set of rhythms that you can look for in people's faces to find the specific placement of features and stuff. Okay, that's what it's called. Riley head abstraction, he calls it. I've heard them as the Riley rhythms a lot of times. You can look like that. Right, here's a good example.
Oh, nice.
He finds them and he starts finding the light and dark, like the light and shadow. This is what we talk about all the time on stream, by the way, separating your light and your darks. And then, you know, rendering it out and finishing. But like all of the heavy lifting is done in these 2 parts. Part 1 and part 2. Placement of the features and form, separating the light and dark, and then everything else is just like rendering, subtle rendering, which is like, you know, we talked about that a little bit yesterday when it came to like that ribbon.
Yeah. We are using Procreate. That's the drawing app that we're using. Honestly, use whatever app that you just try an app. If you're wondering what app to use, we like Procreate because it's just convenient and you get it forever. There's free apps as well, which you can look up. I think there's plenty of videos online that would probably explain, you know, what types of drawing apps there are.
Yeah, you can look up like best drawing apps for XYZ.
For Android or for, you know.
You can find a list of the 10 and you can try them all. I've not tried anything from Android. I just haven't.
Yeah.
Lumis has a book called Figure Drawing for All It's Worth, and he teaches figure drawing, but it has nothing to do with the Lumis head method. It's a good book. Figure Drawing for All It's Worth is one of his great books. I also think his book Creative Illustration is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's so good.
I firmly do not believe Lumis's greatest contribution to art is the head method. I think it's his talk about design and composition in like creative illustration. He was a phenomenal illustrator.
Yeah.
His head drawing method is solid. His illustrations are better. His like education on illustration is so good.
If you can find it, you know, if you struggle drawing heads, like find a Nosaro head. We 3D printed this ourselves. It's kind of hard to find a good, accurate model of this. So kind of just be aware. There's someone like ArtStation, there's some on Pinterest, and just like try your best to draw the forms. It's not about the details. It's not about like, oh, where does this line go versus this line go. It's thinking about this plane, this edge creates this plane. This creates this plane. Right? All these edges are created because of the form change. So like this creates like unevenness in the form. Like you can kind of actually see that like rotating around like a sphere. Boop, boop, boop. Right. Remember, it's not just copying lines, even though it feels like it. It's more than that. But like, you know, that takes time.
New to this channel, my question is how improve hand control when creating lines. Practice like conscious decisions. Conscious decisions, right? There's some really good exercises out there. This is one. You can draw 2 dots and you can go like that, and you can put another dot. You can put another dot and try to connect all 3. I'm horrible at drawing on this tablet.
It's hard.
Right? Try to connect all 3. I have 0 smoothing, that's why. Better.
Nice.
Right? You can put one way out here. Right? So what this does is it gives you a target, and it basically teaches you to think about your lines and where they're going. So if you don't have very good line control, you can be like, you can just like draw a line, and it's like, is it this line? Is it this line? Is it this line that you want? Like, you don't have a target, right? There's nothing to shoot for. And so your brain is like, I guess. But if you have something to actually shoot for, like a dot, you know, you can go, did I miss it or did I hit it? Which one did I miss? Which one did I hit? And it will drastically, if you do this exercise a lot, it will drastically reduce the amount of like random lines that have no intention, that have like no purpose. This is a good exercise. Both Ramon Hurtado and Will Weston have their students do this exercise a lot. It's really, really, really good. This is like an exercise that you can do all the time. There's a lot of forms of this exercise. You can even invent your own. It's just about going like...
Aiming.
It's about like aiming and deciding, like making decisions about where you want to go, right? So like, okay, I'm going to go through this. I'm going to go from here through this to here. And you just aim and think about it and decide.
Yep. And guess what? You know, those lines are really good for, you know, drawing flowy hair. So a bunch of S curves. You know, drawing dresses, drawing anything that has like a nice flow to it. Oh, wow. Nice S curves. And you did it in one stroke, you know, so.
Yeah, you can draw like S curves, C curves. Another really good one is like, you know, you could draw curve like this. Actually, let's just start off even easier. You just draw two straight lines, and start straight, wrap over, and end straight. Straight, wrap over, straight. Straight, wrap over, straight. This is a good exercise as well.
Ooh.
And you can do it the other way. This is like your external obliques. You can do it a different way as well, where you go...
Showing some bulge.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Bulge it out.
Toothpaste, kind of.
And then you can focus on like making this not even. Like this is even. So you could go, all right, what if I made these not even? Like what if I started layering them in a more interesting way?
Ooh.
Maybe we have a small one that goes big, and then we have a big one that goes small. Maybe like that. And this can, you know, these are like 3-dimensional volumes here. You can start practicing with that. And so you're slowly kind of moving up and thinking of like various ways to add variety to stuff consciously, and train your hand to do what your brain tells it to by practicing this kind of stuff, right?
Being very intentional with your lines.
And this is a very, very good way to practice drawing things like hair, right? Mm-hmm. And all kinds of stuff. It's a great exercise. I would literally recommend you fill like pages and pages and pages with it. And remember what we talked about earlier, like drawing 2 dots and like ghosting, like connecting the line, ghosting, then drawing the line. You know, you could even like kind of fan them out like this, you know, that it helps, because if you have a starting point and you have an ending point, it's giving your brain more, oh, I missed, or oh, I hit it. If you have no start and end point, imagine you're trying to draw a box and you draw a stinking straight line, but the box looks like this. Imagine your lines are super straight, but you don't know where they're trying to go to.
Yep.
If your brain gets better at like, you know, being told where you want it to go, it's much easier to go like, you know, oh, I want it to go that way. I want it to go there. So it's about like giving your brain a target that you know if you miss, and nothing happens if you miss. You simply just try again. There's no punishment. There's nothing that's wrong. Like, you know, you draw 2 dots and you miss, and you're just like, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. And you scribble it out and go.
Yep. No.
Like that in your sketchbook because you drew it in pen.
Mm-hmm. Literally, that's all I do on a sketchbook is I go like.
Yeah, that's very much common exercises.
Another exercise that's really good to help with your symmetry is, you know, drawing a straight line, and this is your center line, and then you could just draw like a random shape, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna try to mimic that on the other side, but like plotting it out. Bye, Katsuo.
See ya.
So like, if I want to duplicate this shape on the other side, I'm like, okay, well, let's find the closest point to the center line. Okay, I'm gonna draw that same line, but just on the other side. You know, it's not too long like this. It's not super short like this. You're kind of like, you know, just right. Just kind of, does this look the same length? Yes. If so, move on. Okay. Now here and here, you're like, okay, there's that line. I'm gonna guess it's about here. Does that feel the same? Yeah, for the most part. And you aim. And this one feels like a little bit above here. And, you know, this kind of straighter. You know, there, we just mirrored this shape to the other side. And this is actually great for drawing eyes too. We have a video on our channel called How to Draw Both Eyes at Any Angle. And I basically cover this. Colton actually came up with this little exercise first, and I basically stole it. I took it and I made a video with it. Super, super helpful. Like, because look, you can turn this into an eye. Just draw the eyelash on both sides. And anytime that you're drawing eyes, like both eyes, you're like looking back and forth. Does this part feel the same as this part? You know, if so, move on. And add like little details and stuff. Right? You're not, if you add a pupil here, you're not adding the pupil on this side because that's not really looking the same direction. You're kind of being like, okay, it's more towards the center, so I'm going to try to do the same thing on the other side. And now it looks symmetrical.
Perspective also plays a part in this too. Not in a front view.
Not in a front view.
In a side view, or in a 3/4 view, or in a view that has foreshortening, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's the same method. It's just going to be foreshortened.
Like this. Here's our center line. Let's say you placed it here. You know, one eye is going to be not as foreshortened. It's not going to be as squished. Right, you can draw the shape first if you want. Like, let's say my shape is this. And then on the other side, it's definitely going to, like, squish.
Volume is a little... I can turn the volume up a little bit. We occasionally will get people... How about that? Is that better? You might have to turn your volume down a little bit now if you've had it talk.
La la la, test, test, test.
Maybe like that. What do y'all think?
Sounds pretty crisp to me.
And then I'll turn our volume down a little bit. Y'all who have been listening will probably need to turn your volume down a little bit, but overall, I think that's definitely better.
You know, I think the tough part about drawing eyes in perspective is that, you know, the eyes wrap around a ball. So, like, it's not that this shape is just going to be like a just slightly squished version.
Is
like
Christina
this.
still the same volume?
La 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 la.
Were you? I don't. How about that?
Test, test, test. Maybe I should just put my mic closer.
Let's look. This one's at
49,
and this one's at 52. So let's bring Christina's up to 52. There we go.
Okay.
Should be better.
Yep.
And then we can turn our own personal volume down a little bit. But it's the same sound for you guys.
Yeah. So, like, when you're drawing an eye from, like, this perspective, for example, you're going to see, like, one side gets considerably smaller and it starts going away, like, kind of vanishing. Eating the mic.
Eat the mic.
So, like, you'll actually see this happening rather than just, like, a flat plane, right? This is a rounder plane, and the eyelash comes out.
Eat the mic. Is that, like, the new version of Eat the Rich? Like, eat the mic.
Look at that.
And all of this is going to add believability. You kind of combine all of these things at the same time in order to add much more believability. Like, you think about your foreshortened planes. You think about, like, you start with... Whoa, this is right there. Okay. You start with this, and you get good at going, like, Marco Polo, right? Marco Polo. Across the center line. And then you go, well, now I'm in perspective. Marco Polo. And you're going to kind of... That's from Ramon Hurtado, by the way. Absolutely phenomenal way to break it down. You kind of just Marco Polo. It just makes sense.
Yep.
It's Marco like Polo. Draw things with consideration to where the center line is. And you kind of just Marco Polo yourself across. It's perfect.
Yep.
And then... after you've done your Marco Polo and you've kind of set up some guidelines in perspective, you can just pop it out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Make you like it's a 3-dimensional object, right? So like your cheekbone or your brow ridge might be here, and your cheekbone might be like there.
Yeah.
Like the lash may pop out beyond that because it's like a 3-dimensional object that goes further than that. So it's like there's these different tips. There's different tips, and then you kind of get practice doing each of them, and then finally you combine everything, right? It's like an orchestra. You've got the violin and you've got the horn things.
Trumpets?
Yeah. And
Horn
you've got
things?
and you've got the guy with the stick, right?
Conductor.
And when they're all put together, it's like
Yeah. Just so beautiful.
But everybody practices on their own. And so like you can practice these things on their own, like these exercises. And then when they're all stuck together, people are like,
how'd you do that? Wow. Where's that sound effect?
And you're just like, yeah, I'm awesome.
I'm awesome. I can do it. Funny you say that. These kind of reminds you of how to draw anime books. We have actually books on how to draw anime. These are our 2 books.
Do I even have that sound? What about this?
That's good. So these are actually our how to draw manga books. We have 2 of them. We have this one's called How to Draw Manga. This one's called Anime Academy, How to Draw Characters. This one's more on character design. This one's more about the basics of drawing manga.
I knew you'd like that.
And here's like bodies and stuff. I even cover like how to draw heads and hair and different hairstyles, how to draw different face shapes and features. So you can check those out. These are on our profile. You can also find them on the I don't know, Amazon, I guess.
Thank you for the follow, by the way, Fushi. And
Yes, thank
Elizabeth.
you. Ooh.
And Nicholas and Art Nagima. Noses?
Noses are fun.
Nose. I don't know.
I don't know.
Doesn't mean anything. Crap, I don't have a drink. I'll be right back. Christina
Entertain them with noses.
knows about noses.
Wait. Boop.
I'll be back.
Okay. So noses. Let's take a look at our handy dandy Asaro head right here. So let's do like so this Asaro tends to make the noses really complex. So I'll do like a dumbed down version of it, but like this, just kind of take a closer look at this and just kind of observe it. Turn it from side to side. If we do like a very simplified version of this, it's going to look more like a modified box. So if you don't know how to draw a box, start drawing boxes. That shouldn't be the only thing you ever draw, though. I don't, they're fun. But, okay, think of like Squidward's, house, right? What does Squidward's house look like? It looks like this.
It's like a cone?
Yeah.
Does it have a brow ridge?
I think it has a brow ridge. I think it looks like this. Chat, tell me if I'm wrong. But it has like these windows like this. If you look at Squidward's house's nose, it's very planar. So I think it has eyebrows. I think it does have eyebrows. I think it looks like this. I could be wrong though. We'll have to look it up sometime and do some fact checking. Does it have ears? Maybe it has ears. So if we take a look at a nose, it's basically a box, but a box doesn't necessarily represent a nose as accurately. So instead, it's actually more of like a trapezoidal prism. Is that a word? I don't know. Basically, the bottom looks like a trapezoid. And so what happens is when these sides spread out, we're going to have this side spread out as well. So like that looks more like a nose. And if we look at this, it's kind of got that like trapezoidal look. Another way you can simplify it is like through a much more narrower version. But like if you get this, you're pretty much in a good ballpark. The rest of that is like adding extra forms on top. So start with the base, and then you add extra wings. Like the wings kind of spread out a little bit more, and they're round. And they kind of look like this. And then there's also extra stuff like, the little bumps right here. But like that's easy, right? Because all you have to do is just, there we go.
What did we get today, chat?
Ooh, drinky.
A little bit of red 40 maxing.
So like for me, I tend to cinema roll.
It is.
I don't necessarily. This is how I used to draw noses. I don't necessarily draw noses like this anymore. Maybe it's just because it's just kind of confuses me sometimes. Like I used to draw noses where I just draw like a bunch of balls, I guess, and I just like connect the forms. Which I mean, like in and of itself, that's not a bad way to draw noses. It's for me, it doesn't show the perspective as much. Whereas with this one, it's a little bit more clear. Like I can actually see the bridge of the nose, and I can actually see like where the fat on the nose like comes out. But it's totally up to you however you want to draw it. You know, I don't judge. And then there's also different types of noses. There's like a hook nose.
Green tea is pretty good.
Green tea is good. There's like a hook nose where you got like your little nose bone.
You don't like green tea?
I like matcha with milk and honey.
Is matcha green tea?
Yeah, it's a type of green tea.
Is it? Like green tea is delicious, but I feel like matcha kind of tastes like grass.
So funny. Matcha does kind of taste like grass, but it's like dessert grass.
Yeah, like channel your inner cow. Like,
I wish I had 5 stomachs. And I would just regurgitate my food over and over again. And
I wouldn't be able to stomach that even if I had 5 stomachs.
Facts, it tastes like grass.
Matcha is green tea leaf?
Yeah. I
This
think they like turn it into a powder, right?
This is groundbreaking. Crushed into powder.
Here's a hook nose.
Ooh, fun.
It's like, think of it like a piece of paper. Everything's a piece of paper at this point.
Everything is noodle and everything is paper.
You have one that looks like this. You have a nose, or you can have a nose that looks very, very pointy.
Pointy.
Like that. It can be more upturned. And then you just add a bottom side. Right? Simple enough, right? And then you add form. So like you can argue that there's like multiple sections. You could start with 3 and then you could add more sections. So like here's the nostrils on this side.
Oh, I finally figured out what was nerfing our TikTok streams, I think.
What?
The stupid audio was too low.
No way.
Yeah, isn't that crazy, guys?
Chat.
Like this is the craziest thing, right? It's so what's the name? Fickle. It's so fickle, right? We could not figure out why stupid TikTok was not sending people to our stream, and we boosted the audio by like 20%, and now TikTok's like, oh, okay, okay, that's what we want. Don't tell us what you want, just reward us when we do it correctly and punish us when we don't. It's like TikTok is like an abusive relationship. It's like they punish you and don't tell you what you've done wrong.
You're welcome. Yes, thank you, Green Blood. Thank you,
Green Blood.
Thank you for saying that.
Who here has an abusive relationship with TikTok where you get your just brain, absolutely pummeled every single day?
And just rack your brain with like, am I the crazy one?
Me.
But like that's how you draw noses. We have a class on our anime art school, which you can find on our profile or go to our website drawanime.com.
Yes.
You can find it here. So
we do have an entire school online.
Yes,
so if
we
y'all
do.
been wondering about perspective or faces or expressions or any of that kind of stuff, we got you a lot of stuff. There's a whole bunch of different classes. They're really big, 14 weeks long each.
Construction of noses. Here's like a more like built out like realistic version. Here's like a more animified version. And then here's like different other versions. That's just a simplification of like the real stuff. So like, I teach like all the features and all the heads and stuff. So you can check it out. Like it's a very, very big program. It's on our website. We're very passionate about teaching the fundamentals.
Yes.
Because that's what actually gets you better.
Better prepare to hear that word 100,000 times if you stick around. Because
Yes.
we will sing it from all the rooftops. Foundation.
Yep. Foundation.
Wait. Maybe that could be in our name.
What? Foundation school? Anime foundations? Nah, I don't know if we'll have anime. But, same thing with lips. Sphere or ball.
Are y'all friends? We are friends.
And we're more than friends.
Yeah. No, we've been married
And we're also
for
family.
almost 6 years now. 5.5 years.
Yep. Guys, check this out.
I did finally get Christina a 5-year anniversary gift, though.
It's this. Isn't it pretty? I've been looking at it like all day. We chose it out together.
They are siblings, maybe. Yeah. Art Foundation Academy.
Oh.
That's got a ring.
Oh, wait. Wait, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, chat. When
Show me the hair.
the hair?
Draw hair?
I mean, my hair or his lovely invisible hair.
You may have to wait a little bit.
No, it's not an amethyst. It's tanzanite.
Tanzanite, the birthstone for December.
Yeah. Although my birth month is not December.
Yeah, we're sapphire.
Yeah. Thank you.
Foundation Academy. Interesting. DM that to me, Fox.
Yes.
We were looking at amethyst. They're really, really pretty.
They are very pretty.
They're very deep.
Deep.
What is that from, chat?
That's for Hunter. Oh.
Ah,
I'm sorry. I didn't know you were testing the.
I was gonna test you guys.
I
was gonna say, who knows?
Who knows? Only one person got it that one time. I don't exactly remember who.
Yeah.
Someone who was a Hunter fan.
No, it's from the guy that has the big long pipe in Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, we should have asked like, oh, who was the character that says that?
Yeah.
Show me the hair. How to draw hair?
Wait, Fox, are you playing Baldur's Gate tonight? Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
So I think of hair like a soft helmet. So if you feel like your hair is just really flat, it could just be because your hair is like sticking way to the scalp. That's a very common problem. I've done that. Everyone has done that, and they keep it very tame because they're too scared to mess it up. But in the process of being too scared, they end up not coming out with a very good drawing.
Soft helmet.
It's a soft helmet.
Name a more useless piece of armor.
Yeah, I know, right? But it protects us from the sun. So it is
You do have a good point. I have to wear hats.
Yeah.
Which are also soft helmets.
Name a more useless armor. So like fluffy. I mean, if you're gonna go like voluminous, it's always good to have volume in the hair, right? So like you can basically shape this hair in whatever style that you want. Do you want it long? Do you want it short? Do you want it with bangs? Do you not want it with bangs? It's all up to you. So like let's say I want it a little bit shorter. I'm keeping it very fluffy because that's the kind of style that I want. And if you work with the silhouette first, that saves you a lot of time with like the details. So like you don't have to do any details. You can just be like, okay, I want this hairstyle, but maybe I'll add like a few cowlicks and just see how that looks.
It crashed on you before you saved a bunch of work.
Uh-oh.
Looks like you'll need to learn the F5 key because that's the quick save button. Just spam it like you spam save your drawings. Like Control S, except function F5.
Yeah.
Have you two ever used a graphic tablet? What are your opinion on it? Yes. You mean like a
Wacom, like the Intuoses?
The Intuos style, or you mean like a display tablet, like a Cintiq? Yes and yes. Love them. They're great.
They are really nice.
I mean, there's certainly a learning curve with the tablet that's screenless, but they're literally goated. You don't have to block your hand. You're drawing with your hand when you use the screenless tablet. No. I love it. I worked professionally for years on one. I used to use one of those little Intuos, not Intuos, one of those little like Wacom art tablets. They're like $80 back in the day. I worked professionally on one of those for a long time. They're great. The blue ones.
The blue ones.
They're cute. One of these. Actually, it was the small. This. Aww.
Aw, those are so cute.
Here it is. There's the button. I used to use one of these. They're super cute. They don't work super well. Like they're nowhere near like an Intuos Pro, but they all work great. Now I'm using a Intuos Pro Large on stream because I was drawing so much on stream, my wrist started to hurt, and I kind of have to draw in this small area because that's all chat can see.
Rip.
I love them. I love the Cintiq style. I love the Intuo style, the screenless, they all work. I love traditional sketchbooks. Drawing in an iPad is fun to sketch. What?
I want to do it on a different layer.
Okay.
So look how much work that you saved just by working on silhouette. Because like the shape on the outside already looks good. And that's what matters.
Free real estate.
And then you can kind of do whatever you want in here. Just make sure that whatever goes on inside also works for the outside. So like, where does this strand come from? Well, maybe it's this strand right in here.
And keep in mind that when Christina draws the silhouette, she's also thinking of the head as a three-dimensional volume. She's not just drawing shapes at random.
Yeah.
She's going, this is going to become something that goes over the form of the head. So she knows that the bangs have to go over the front of the head, and the side hair is probably going to come out from the front hair, and the back hair is probably going to come stick out behind the side hair.
Yep.
And so starting with silhouette is really good. It's really, really good. Just don't ignore the fact that this is eventually going to become a three-dimensional object. It will help a lot when starting with silhouette. It's goated. Like, starting with a silhouette is super useful. You can think like purely about shape design.
And then
just think a little bit about
form and
what the form may become later.
Yeah, it's like thinking about two different modes at the same time. Like, yeah, you're thinking about like the shape, which is like the two-dimensional aspect, but then you're also thinking like, okay, but because I'm going to draw this later on, you're thinking ahead, right? I actually like to think of it like playing the piano. If anyone's ever played the piano, you have to think ahead. So like, huh?
Oh, you showed your mom that mouse pad? That's funny. That's good.
It's good. It's a really good looking
I'm
mouse
excited,
pad.
dude. I'll find it really quick.
So like when you're playing the piano, for example, you got to when you're like turning your hand, you have to always make sure like, okay, what's the next, like once I press this key, what's the next move? So like my mom used to teach me piano. Ooh, it's such a good mouse pad.
This is the mouse pad
I'm
that's
so
coming
excited.
in.
This was done by Lau. We commissioned her.
Lau in the chat on TikTok did this illustration. We commissioned her and we got it turned into a mouse pad, and it's coming and it's going to be on this desk. Unfortunately, it's going to get Applejack hair all over it.
Well,
but that's a mouse pad for you.
Can you like put like a protective covering over it, like
then
a
it
plastic
wouldn't
sheet?
be a mouse pad. Then it would be a plastic sheet pad.
Yeah.
We got to go for a bit. All good.
All good.
You prefer an iPad or Cintiq? Cintiq for me.
Cintiq.
I love my Cintiq 24. I love it. I think it's hilarious when the cat tries to climb off it and slips off. It's so nice on the arm. I can just chuck it out of the way. Gamer sups, bring it back, be an artist, do all that drawing, and then so nice. I love my Cintiq 24.
It's good. I like my Cintiq as well. It's so versatile. Actually, we actually just got a Huion, and it actually works really good too. We got the Huion Canvas 16. We actually have a video on it that just kind of talks about a little review on it.
Huion reached out to us. They sent us an email and they sent us a free tablet, and we made a review on it. It works great. I love the thing.
You should if you want to like think about what tablets that are like affordable, you can check out that video.
Yeah,
I think it was pretty helpful.
It works really, really good.
So like let's make like a wackier hairstyle. Let's like really change the shape. Let's make it like long hair.
Won't using a small tablet with a large monitor cause a issue? You can map it to a portion of your monitor if you want, or you can have it cover the entire monitor. So you can pretty much do anything you want with it.
So like, let's maybe like do like very, very dense on one side, and maybe have like a cool swoosh.
How do you manage to turn your head to all angles? Do you study the skull? If so, how? Study a simple version of the head and practice drawing it from a bunch of different angles.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of this yesterday. I don't know where that is.
Well, this is a cute hairstyle. Okay. Okay. Whenever you're designing a character, you're basically being like their makeup artist and their hair artist and their stylist. So like, have fun with styling the hair, right? Have fun with stylizing their clothes and be like, oh, what would they wear? Like, should I have them wear this versus that? You know.
Yeah.
I like to think of like making characters as like playing a dress-up game, because I grew up with dress-up games and they're super fun. So might as well have fun with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so whatever inspiration that I have, I'm like, ooh, I can dress this character with this certain thing, and figure it out later, you know. Anyways, if you want to continue your lesson.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to draw a head from any angle, you have to be able to understand like the basic forms of that head. So for example, right, like this is a sphere, it's a circle, but then it becomes a sphere, right? So you can pull out a line and pull the chin back like this. And so you go, okay, we've kind of got this mask on the front of the face. For an anime face, or like it kind of looks like this.
Well, like your cheeks go like, they fold in.
Yeah.
Rather than like go straight out, they go like, they chisel in.
Yeah, it kind of looks like this, right? And then this form right here attaches to the head. Let me actually just this kind of attaches to the bottom, right? And it needs to be sized correctly. And when you connect them, it sort of turns into like a head. Like the basic forms of a head, right? And so practice drawing the basic forms of the head. It starts with a sphere. You know, you can draw a center line, memorize how far does this come down, how far does this come up, and draw it from a bunch of different angles, right? So maybe like this one points up, and so it's like, here's your sphere. This is a three-dimensional object. This comes out, comes back, comes up, comes back, right? And you can just practice drawing these from a bunch of different angles, and then if you want to, you know, you can come in and go like, oh, you know.
Thank you, Aimfire. You can get this brush on our profile, by the way. This brush is free. If you go to our website, drawanime.com, that is where you'll find it. It's the green button.
Just practice drawing these from a bunch of different angles, right? You can carve into them, but like if your forms aren't right, this one's kind of wonky. I drew it in a weird way. But if your forms aren't right to start with, carving into them is not really going to help very much, right? You got like the ball of the mouth right here. So I would say practice drawing these from a bunch of different angles. I like to start with a circle.
Is this Clips to Do Paint?
And then a line. No, this is Photoshop right here, right? And this can come down. It depends on what kind of face you want to draw. You know, you can draw more of like an anime-ish face, or you can draw more of like a realistic or proportioned head. Yeah, like a circle, if I could draw one. There we go.
We haven't drawn all day, chat.
That's better. And you pull this down. The chin is longer. We'll square this off more. And we'll do maybe something like that, right? This comes out from the ear. Maybe your eye line is about right here. And so depending on the actual form of the cheekbone and the chin, this is probably going to change, right? And then this softens out a lot, so it ends up becoming like this. This one is kind of a lot more, and this one's like, you know, this kind of defines the side plane of the head. And then this one right here is like that. So get really good at drawing this form here without anything added to it. Like even this is a little bit extra for just this phase, right? We could even just go, we don't even have to draw anything there for now. Let's just draw it as this to start. And then practice drawing this from a bunch of different angles. Once you get that, you can start practicing like, okay, this pulls out, this pulls in, there's the cheek, that comes down, this cheekbone comes in here, here's the brow ridge, keystone, nose, right? You can learn the proportions as well, like, you know, halfway between the brow ridge and the chin tends to be where the nose ends, 1/3, mouth, bottom of the lower lip. Like you can learn these proportions, and then practice drawing them from like a bunch of different angles. That'll help a lot with drawing the head. And you draw them looking up, looking down, looking left and right, right? And this, you can practice drawing like the form on top.
Ooh, pretty.
Right? And it's like the neck. And the neck is like, oh, it comes off. Maybe a little bit less than that.
Yeah.
More like this.
You'd be surprised at how like thin the necks are for these kind of heads.
Yeah, they're very, very
They're
thin
like
a lot of the time.
pencil neck.
You know, you could do something along the lines of that if you want. So anyways, I would say drawing heads from different angles. You could also grab some sort of a reference. There's a couple of really good head breakdowns online, by the way. There's one on ArtStation by some guy named Nguyen, and just look up like planes of the head ArtStation. It's like one of the most liked posts on the entire website.
It is,
and you
probably
can
the
literally
best.
rotate the model. You can change the lighting and you can rotate the model from any angle, but I would really urge you to ignore all of the like subtle form changes and just focus on like the large overall forms and get comfortable with that before you start carving into it.
Like, I would say even
This
practice.
one specifically is an Asaro head. It's made by a guy named John Asaro, Asaro. And you can find some models of this online.
Yeah, I would say like if you want to go even simple, like just really simple, you can just like do this.
Asaro still teaches classes online.
Wow.
He's old, but they're good classes.
Like for me, I like to simplify with the back of the head, the side of the side plane of the head, and then I like to do this.
Hello, beginner who's currently studying and practicing anatomy. Nice.
Awesome. Well, we teach anatomy and stuff.
Yes.
So like I'll just draw a simple head like this, and I'll try to draw just this from different angles, right? So like, oh, what's this look like from the side? Well, I kind of just look at it, and I'm like, okay, it looks like this to me from the side. You know, there's the brow ridge, chiseled, this eye socket.
Arabella. Hey, Dingy as well.
You know, and so like, okay, yeah, here's like the other side. And then here's that same form, but from like an upper view. For your angle. And you're like, okay, well here's the eyes, the brow ridge and the eye socket comes out like this, and then there's this curve. So like you can start with something as simple as this, and then you can continue building on, because of like, you know, the face is really hard. If chat, don't feel bad if you can't draw a face. It's like one of the hardest things to ever draw.
It's a very complicated form. And not only that, your brain fights you on it.
Yeah.
Your brain's
like,
fights you on drawing faces because it so badly wants to see a face instead of the forms. That's why it's so incredibly hard to draw faces. It's like, you think because we see them all the time, it would make it easier to draw. It doesn't.
It actually makes it harder.
It makes it a lot harder.
Like, if people never seen like a specific, I don't know, like a specific creature, and you're like, oh yeah, I drew it, they'll be like, oh, okay, that looks cool. Which is really funny.
3D printer. Yeah, we have Bamboo Lab. We have an A1, we have an X1 Carbon, and an A1 Mini. They all work really well. It depends how big you want to print. The Mini works great. They're pretty affordable. Bamboo A1, yeah. That'll have like a 10 by 10 inch build plate, so you can print really large. We have like a big old Asaro head somewhere around here. We even printed this Asaro body, the Asaro figure.
Here you go.
This dude right here, although we had to print him in chunks.
Yeah.
And then glue them together.
But actually, I can't really even tell that you did that.
Yeah, it's super obvious right
Where?
there. On the legs, right here.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was I thought that was just like a weird like cut line.
Oh, and I glued the little base plate on as well. But 3D printers are super useful. Just make sure that if you're printing a model like this, make sure you have enough edge walls, because PLA a lot of the time will tend to be kind of, light will shine through it, and if you want good shadows, make it like 4 or 5 wall thickness.
Is it on Amazon? The 3D printer?
Probably not. I think they sell them on their own website. I've even seen them on like TikTok Shop. They advertise on TikTok a lot, but you can just order it straight from their website. It's not the only good 3D printer. It's just what we have.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys have personal or separate accounts? Yeah, we have our own Instagrams, but we never post on it.
Yeah, I never post on my Instagram. But we do have ArtStation.
Yeah, we do have our own portfolio sites.
Yeah, I can pull up our...
Down there.
I should just go to these. This is Christina's work.
Mm-hmm. I draw my OC and ROCs and people. That's all I do.
She does this kind of stuff. These are like studies. She does this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Clothes, rendering, people, humans. Here's Miki.
Mm-hmm.
Miki Biki is my character. Christina Drewer. This is old, dude. When did you make this? Like
a few years, 3 years ago. Yeah, that was 3 years
ago. It's good.
It's
you just haven't done anything like that in a long time.
Yeah.
Tira, more Miki.
Yep.
Here's June. Christina's work. She does stuff like this.
Yeah.
This is also really old.
That's very old.
It's like 3 years old.
Yeah.
We don't update our work very much. Here's Christina's character, Ray.
Mm-hmm.
She does a lot of facial expressions and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
We don't update our work very much. And this is my work.
Colton has more work than I do.
Yeah. Here's some clothing studies and stuff that I've done. That's figure drawing stuff. I don't want to look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Paintings, environments, backgrounds. Mushroom dimension.
Mushroom dimension. Trypophobia, mushroom dimension.
Yeah.
I think it was funny that in my Miitopia game, I found an environment that looks similar to that. Similar vibe. That was fun.
This kind of stuff. This is the sort of thing I used to do. Like concept art type stuff. But anyways, yeah. All we have is our art stations, and we basically never update them.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Because we haven't made new... I haven't made new artwork, like serious artwork, in a long time. That's why. Could you show how to do female anatomy and male? I have a video on our channel. It's called like if you hate drawing figures, then do this. I basically cover how to draw a male and female body with a simple process. Yeah. That's like figure drawing. So you can check that out. Aim fire.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Mm-hmm. I'm really proud of that video because I basically cover like step by step on how to do it.
How do you do with art block? That's my secret. I'm always blocked.
I'll just say art block just doesn't exist. I'd rather think it doesn't exist than think it exists, because once I think it exists, then I have it like all the time.
Yeah, I think art block is like a general term that people use it as kind of a blanket term for a lot of different possible things.
Yeah.
So try to get specific about why you're having art block, because it's usually like some very particular like thing. You may be uninspired. You may have some crap going on in your life, and you're like,
I can't
don't want to draw because you're depressed. You may be comparing yourself to other artists, and you feel like it takes too long to get good. There's usually like a main specific reason. You may be spending too much time on TikTok and brain rotting, and maybe you have a friend group that doesn't help you, doesn't help encourage you to
draw.
I don't know, draw, or there's so many different things it could be, and then people will usually be like,
art block.
And it's like, try to investigate why, and then solve that particular problem. That would be my suggestion for it. But yeah, absolutely, you get art block.
Yeah.
Like, if I haven't drawn in a while, I'll be like,
rusty.
I don't feel like drawing. I'm too rusty. I'm out of practice.
Well, I think another thing that can cause art block, crap, I just forgot, is like you're just, for lack of a better term, the skill isn't high enough. So like if you're only used to drawing very few things, it's harder to draw new things. Like it's harder to draw and expand your horizons. So like if all you know how to draw is like a chibi head, I mean, it gets boring real fast, right? So try drawing different things as well.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun to draw and tackle new things and learn a new subject matter.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's super cool. Your learning curve is really fast because you learn a ton of things in a very short amount of time. Go in with no expectations, just like, I want to learn, I want to explore and try things. Lindsay, are you going to sign up for
Our live class?
the live anatomy and figure drawing class? Just wondering.
Yeah. We do have a live class, by the way, that's coming up in February. So if you want to sign up and you want to have like live feedback on your work and your homework for figure drawing, you can check it out on our website, drawanime.com. It is there too. It'll be the teal button, but it's basically like a group class where we would like lecture and also critique your artwork live.
Yep, it's gonna be starting on Saturday, February 21st, and it's going to be going every Saturday for 6 weeks. You're going to get critiques every single week on your homework. You can ask questions in class with your voice or with text. It's an online Zoom class. You will get homework, and all your homework will get critiqued.
Yep.
It is the third term of live classes that we are running. What can you say about the Taka 1 and 2 Anatomy of Artists? I think the books have really good breakdowns and simplifications of stuff. They're not really how to draw books as much as they are reference books for how a really good artist simplifies and breaks down different things.
Yeah.
So it's not going to teach you how to form draw. It's not going to teach, it's going to give you like information of like, here's a really good way to simplify this.
Or think about this.
Yeah, here's a good way to think about this. Or to understand the shape of this. I think they're great resources. They're most useful for like people who have foundation, who know like perspective, and they're like, I would say they're a really good like supplemental resource for people who have some foundation background. But they're not bad for beginners. They draw feet and shoes. Will you guys be doing a perspective life class? Maybe. If there's enough demand for it. I think they're great. A phenomenal artist. Very good breakdowns. I think they're really, really good. They are absolutely most useful for someone with like foundation.
This one right here that I'm using is Procreate. So we have like two different little workspaces. Colton uses Photoshop when he's sharing his screen, and I'm using my an iPad. You can get this brush for free on our website, drawanime.com. It is the green button on this website. It's a wonderful brush. I use it for almost everything. So, yeah, you can check it out. And no, the live class is not free. It's paid. These streams are free,
It's a paid class where you get to take it with Christina and I.
Yeah.
I think gesture is an important skill first. Gesture is design. And
Gesture's in everything.
Design is important in anything.
Yeah.
So, like, absolutely, gesture is very important. It's the design of something. It's very similar to like composition. It's basically the composition of a figure.
Oh, that's a great way to talk about that.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. Gesture is important.
Do your live classes mostly consist of digital mediums?
We will be doing demos and drawing over work digitally, but you do not have to work digitally in the class, especially in the anatomy and figure drawing class, because you're never going to get into too much rendering. We'll probably get into separating light and shadow, but a lot of people who took our class last term did traditional, actually.
It's actually really nice to see.
What about Morpho? Morpho is a great resource as well. It's not a figure drawing book. It is like an anatomical book. So you're going to learn a lot about, the muscles, the placement, the relationships to each other. It's a really good book. It's not going to teach you how to draw people well. It teaches you like part of drawing people well. But I would definitely recommend it for anybody who wants to do characters and learn more about the human body.
Whatever resources you can reference from. Like, I would say take a bunch of those books and just draw from those books. Like, those will help a lot. Colton filled the sketchbook with a bunch of studies from those books, too.
Good to know. You don't have an iPad, feel super behind artistically because of it? Not at all. There's a lot of artists out there who have never even touched a digital art.
And they are fantastic. It's all about the fundamentals. It's not about the medium.
Yeah, we live stream with a guy named Gene Bond. He doesn't do any digital art. Like, virtually none. He's a phenomenal artist. Gene Bond art.
Have you guys
don't
ever
want
done
that.
gouache with your art? You know, I'm not very good at it, so no.
I guess YouTube doesn't.
I mean,
wanna
like
work with
I've
them.
used it for some practice, but like not enough to be confident in it.
Gouache, not really. I haven't used a lot of gouache. Is that what the question was? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, here's Gene's stuff. Let's do this. There we go. Here's Gene's stuff. He is a phenomenal artist. He draws a lot in fisheye perspective and all kinds of stuff. He does almost exclusively pencil and paper. Is this a digital one?
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, it looks
this one
digital.
actually looks digital. So he does use a little bit of digital here and there. But he draws in almost exclusively. Like, look at this, right? Where's theater mode? Theater mode. We stream with him, and he does these really complicated perspective scenes and breakdowns. I guess this isn't, like, the most amazing example. See, he does everything with pencil and paper in just a sketchbook. Phenomenal artist. Works professionally. Does a lot of big wall illustrations and art for, like, schools and all kinds of stuff. He's a buddy of ours. But there's a lot of artists out there. Like, a lot of artists who only work traditionally. They don't care about digital at all. And they're phenomenal.
What time of day would the classes be?
What time do they start exactly?
Saturdays?
Saturdays, 11
a.m.
I think it's
Pacific?
like 10 a.m. Pacific time.
Yeah.
All of the recordings will be available, and even if you can't attend class, your work will be critiqued if you turn it in.
Yeah. So
We
you can.
have had people on the other side of the world take our class, and they still did the homework, and they still got critiques, and they just watched the Zoom replays.
Yeah.
So they should be starting about on Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific.
You know, actually, we had a student who is a baker, and he would always get up at 4 in the morning.
Yep, he's from Australia.
He's from Australia.
Benji.
Yep.
Hey,
Very, very
Chira.
good student.
Do people get a discount if they bought the Anime Art School? Yes, I do have a discount code for you if you
Get Anime Art School.
if you want that, Lindsay. You have you have Anime Art School, right, Lindsay?
I think so.
I could not wake up at 4 a.m. I could go to bed at 4 a.m.
Yep. Playing ball after playing some Baldur's Gate. Should shading with black be encouraged depending on the project?
It's totally fine. Yeah. Look at the guy who made
Bro, look.
Hellboy.
Yeah.
Like, look at like. Oh man. Where's the book? Here it is. Bro, look at framed ink. Shading with black.
Heck yeah.
This guy shades with black. Look at that. Sick, dude.
So good.
Here's his name if you want to check out his stuff.
Marcos Mateo Mestra.
Yep, and it's framed
Or
ink.
Meta.
This is framed ink volume 2. And this guy's a legendary comic artist.
Mm-hmm.
Shading with black.
Oh, so cool. So cool.
Heck yeah. Right? This guy's phenomenal work. None of this work is like check this out, dude.
Wow. Mostly black and white, but with a bit of tone.
Yeah, it's like three values,
values.
black, white, and gray. Look at this. Whoa, gotta get the ball.
That's so cool. Wow. That is
Yeah, a
very,
lot of
very
comic
dynamic.
artists shade with black. Nothing wrong with it at all.
Nothing.
It's all about like the graphical design, right? Like you can use whatever values you want. You can use whatever values you want. If it's white and black, you can use white, black, and one gray. Bro, so good. Look how cool this is.
Wow.
Whoa. Who's this? The Lady of the Tower.
I'm trying to look for this one
Like,
artist.
composed it differently too. That's cool.
That is really cool.
It's a really good book.
There's this artist who only does their manga in black and white and no tone at all.
Oh,
Let me try to see.
It's so cool. Yo,
let me
it's so
look.
cool and positive. Thank you.
Oh yay!
Here. She knew what I was gonna do before she even looked up.
Because we've done it so many times. So like this is their work. This artist's name is Shiro Miwa. They've done like a lot of like iconic
Bro, that's
Vocaloid.
sick.
I used to read this manga a long time ago. I forgot what the plot was, but I love the art. Look at this, all just black and white.
Oh, that's
no
so
tone
good.
whatsoever. It's really, really good. They're a really good artist.
Wow.
I totally forgot.
Wait, hold up. That's a mummy character.
I feel like you'd like the art style. And then like the only thing is the covers are in, different tones. The manga's called Dogs, Bullets, and Carnage. I've read this like years ago.
Dogs like feet?
No. Oh, brother.
Dogs, Bullets, and Carnage?
Now you've ruined the title for me.
Have you seen Junji Ito? Yeah, we have.
We have
Tomie. What's it? Tomie.
I guess there's a little bit of tone on this one. Very good.
Krita. A lot of people like Krita. I know a guy. We met him. We met him at an expo. He's a Magic the Gathering artist. He only uses Krita. I mean, he uses like Blender and stuff too, but like he draws and paints in Krita. His name is Alex Brock. I'll show you his work. Alex Brock art.
So good.
Art. Bro, this guy uses Krita.
Oh my gosh. It's so good. It is so good. I love that painting so much. Don't we have a painting of his somewhere?
Yeah, we bought a print of his.
That was that was the print, right?
This guy uses Krita. He does a lot of work for Magic the Gathering. Super cool dude from Tucson. Met him at an expo here.
Oh my gosh, that's lovely.
Yeah, he does a lot of oil painting and stuff too. I think some of these are oil, but I'm not sure. So like this is like so cool. ZBrush. This is like ZBrush and stuff.
Even his like test models are just really good.
Yeah. Nice line work too. This guy's got really nice line work. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Krita's legit.
It is meant to be a painting app, isn't it?
Yeah, we actually asked him if he'd come on for an interview, and he said, yeah. We need to email him. I totally forgot about that. Oops. Yeah, we met him last year. Super cool dude. Redhead like I was.
Mm-hmm.
And super down to earth, cool, super chill. He said he'd come on for an interview on our channel, and I still got to reach out. We got a lot of cool interviews coming up. We got Rodgon. We're going to be doing a stream with him. We got a couple concept artists who are going to be coming on.
Mm-hmm.
We got Lane Brown, a phenomenal figure drawing artist and teacher. He teaches portrait painting and figure drawing and painting. We got who else? I don't remember who else. A couple people. I've got a list. The list freaks me out to imagine Colton with hair. You don't have to imagine it. People in the server have pictures of me with hair.
Or they create hair on him.
Yeah, or they just Need to start an art book collection. It just happens.
Yeah. You just buy a few books and you're like, oh, that book's good. Oh, that book's good. And you just already have a collection kind of magically.
Would studying art styles find your art style? Yeah, you can definitely. It'll definitely help.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's multiple ways to approach art styles. You can specifically study. Now this is an addition to foundation, by the way. So like, this is not instead of. This is in addition to. You still need to learn your perspective and dimensional drawing. You still probably, unless you don't plan on using color, want to use color theory and learn it. You still, want to learn lighting and how to calculate shadows and all that kind of stuff. You still want to learn and study design. But you can absolutely do style studies. It's going to help influence your style a lot. You can go the you can go like the random route, which is you don't care at all about style and you simply let whatever happens happen. Like, you can totally do that. A lot of artists do. Or you can go, I want to develop a very specific style and I'm going to really laser focus on who I'm studying, who I'm learning under, and what I want my style to be like. A lot of artists who want to work at like Riot and Blizzard, they do that. They go, I want to study the Blizzard style. I'm going to study under Blizzard artists and develop that style so I can get hired there. And other people just don't even care.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like, whatever. Like,
whatever happens, happens.
That's kind of how I am.
RNG.
Like, I just let RNGesus take the wheel. And I'm like, I'll like things, like I'll study things that I think are cool, but I don't have a particular end goal in mind. or your biggest artistic influences?
Ooh.
Definitely one of them would be, my teacher from FZD, Feng Zhu. He influenced a lot of people, like a lot of people back in the day. And I had him as a teacher, learned a lot from him, just like that quick, loose, kind of
Rough
and dirty kind of process. Even Christina, like I learned a lot from Christina. She's way better at drawing like heads and faces and stuff than me, and I'm always like,
I take actually. Funny enough, you're also one of the main influences of my art. I'm always like, you used to teach me, and I gathered a lot of like my teaching style from Colton as well.
yeah. Lately, a lot more like kind of manga influence. We picked up gunsmith cats from the store, and I've been doing studies of like that artwork. I really like the grungy
80s kind of
80s and 90s anime style, like Trigun or Cowboy Bebop. I think that stuff is really cool.
Yeah, I really like this kind of artwork. I'm trying to. So this is
Reno Tuna.
Reno Tuna. I really love this kind of style of artwork. It's like kind of academic, but like really nice and composed.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of art I really like.
Like classical. Christina really likes classic American illustrators.
I
like
do.
Kobe Whitmore and Lumis and Mead Schaefer and those guys. You study their stuff a lot.
Yeah, I try to make my art like theirs. A lot of it is trying to make your art look like another artist, and then they want to make their art look like another artist that they really admire.
James Gurney,
yeah.
James Gurney is phenomenal. A lot of the times you'll develop art styles that are very influenced by your teachers. Like your teachers will teach in a way, and you will learn and go do things similarly to them. Like Christina and I have very heavy Will Weston influence in our figure drawing. We have taken Will Weston's figure drawing class numerous times each, and we have a lot of that influence in our work. You will definitely be influenced
by your teachers.
Your style will be influenced by your teachers. So if you want to have a very particular style, study under or study that person's stuff.
I also say like embrace the influence, because
yeah,
how else will you learn? I think the idea of style is that you have to be like completely unique, but like you got to be influenced first.
Everybody's influenced by something.
Yeah. You got to be willing to be influenced, Got to start somewhere.
Yeah. Influenced by your childhood, influenced by, there's an unlimited number of combinations of influence that you can take. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's inspired by something.
Yep.
And look at like some of the phenomenal artists out there. They're always just like...
They were influenced by other people too.
Crap, who did we...
Who?
I don't remember who it was. Someone really good was talking about how they used to like draw the pictures in comics or something.
Did we talk to them recently?
No, I don't know if we were I don't think we were the ones who interviewed them. I can't remember. Really well-known, respected artist was just like, man, when I was a kid, I used to like copy these comics that I loved, or manga or whatever. Maybe like Akira Toriyama or something.
Was it
I don't
Ramon?
remember exactly.
No.
Was it? Or was it Devin?
I don't remember.
Might have been Devin
or was it?
Corwin.
I remember Robert Lemler used to copy comics.
Robert Lemler? Did he say that?
He said like he used to copy like comics. He was
Back when
He
he
started
was
drawing because of comics. Yeah.
And I mean, he's a really good
artist.
Really good artist, yeah. Rodgon does that now. Does what now? No, we don't really take requests. Love. Did Mark Burnett work at Blizzard? I believe so. I don't know him personally, but I think he did. A lot of people's worked at Blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of amazing artists out there. Like, that's the crazy thing is there are so many good artists out there. It's mind-boggling. So many of them don't have social medias. There's like the most amazing artists you've ever seen in your life. You're just like, they have no social media, no online presence.
Just
so many
live
good
under a
artists
rock.
out there. It's crazy.
I actually kind of like those kind of artists where they just have no social media presence whatsoever.
Yeah, it's
makes
pretty
it really
cool.
fresh because it's like they actually like have a life.
Yeah.
Besides just doing art.
Well, there's a lot of people who are just like, yeah, I do art for a living. And they're like the most amazing artists you've ever seen. And they're not like online on social media. They do it for a job. They like their job and they like have a family and kids and don't like focus at all on like that world.
Yeah, the online social media world.
I think it's cool.
Yeah. It's crazy how like a lot of these classic pieces have so much like black in them. Like it's just all shaded with like this really dark background.
Yeah, it's like very graphical. The value grouping is so good. Just that design of the lights and the darks and keeping all that so controlled. Oh, Rod God learns by drawing over or copying art books of something he's interested in. Yeah, tons and tons. It's very, very common to do that. That's how you learn. You learn by studying. You study under people. You study by copying and to understand, right? It's not just like copying the drawing. It's like understanding the thought process and decisions that went into an artwork that you like. What are they, and that's why like foundation is so important, right? Because it's like if you don't know perspective, how can you know what camera lens the artist that you really like is using? Is it a long lens? Is it a wide lens? Do they, how often do they use particular perspectives? Like, do they use a lot of 1 point? Do they use a lot of 2 point? Do they use a lot of Dutch angles? Like, do they make a lot of high key pieces, low key pieces? Like, what colors do they tend to choose? How do they make them together and mix them and integrate light and dark and color into their pieces? Everything works better with foundational training. Because
the foundational training ties everything together.
Yeah. But like absolutely studying artists, copying to understand. It's so good. The text limit makes me look like a grammatical crime. I know what you mean.
I know. I don't like.
I went to check out your anime art class. Ooh. I want to take it. Could I bug you for more info about it? Yeah, of course.
Heck yeah. Bug us all about it.
We'll tell you whatever you want to know about it. I have a social media account that I only use it every 5 days. Checkmate. I only use it every 5 years.
How do you study the masters? You do this. Have it on a reference.
There's a lot of ways.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways.
There's a lot of ways to study the masters. Like, I would say pick a particular topic of focus you want to study. Are you studying their separation of light and dark? Are you studying their composition? Are you studying how they handle fabric and folds? Are you studying how they handle color and their palettes? Like, try to pick a particular topic. Like, are you studying their brush strokes? What did Ramon say? He's like, F your brush stroke. Remember that?
F the brush stroke. Yeah, F your brush stroke.
That's so funny. I mean, he's so funny.
He is really funny.
Dude, I
should watch his
really
class
love
again.
To talk to him.
Yeah.
Like, pick a particular topic that you want to focus and just copy.
Yeah. Like,
just
try to reverse engineer it the best you can. If you ever do master studies, you have no idea what you're doing. Like, that's okay.
Totally fine.
When I did master studies, I was just copying 1-to-1, and you start somewhere, and then later on, I'm like, I had to realize I need to study how they break down the piece, or how do they start versus, or how do they cut out certain parts of the image, stuff like that. But you kind of learn as you go.
Favorite and least favorite parts of professional art.
That's a good question.
It is a good question.
It's an interesting
question. What are my least favorite parts of it? What are my favorite parts of it? My favorite parts are it is literally paid school. You have an insanely good art director who is critiquing and drawing over and helping every single design you make, and you're getting paid at the same time. It is like taking a college class and getting paid, and having an insanely good instructor, and everybody is working towards the same goal. I'm talking about specifically concept art. Back when I did concept art professionally, that had to be one of my favorite things about it. It was it forced me to practice. I had an insane art director who helped so much every single time, and everybody's working together towards a common goal. It's very focused on producing designs. So it's very not focused on like ego or it's
one-upping each other.
Yeah, like you never want to one-up each other because everybody's on a team together. Like there could be a sense of competitiveness where you're like, man, this guy posted something so awesome. Like I want to post something cool too. So I'm going to work really hard on this.
Yeah.
And then you get a paycheck at the end of the month and it's like forced improvement almost that you're getting paid to do. And you're working on really cool projects. Like you're working on games that aren't even announced yet. I worked on Outriders years before it was announced. That was by People Can Fly Studio. Years before it was announced. It was like my first AAA gig that I did, and it was so fun. It was like this destroyed alien world with like dust everywhere, and everybody was like pitching in together to try and figure out like the shape language of the world. That had to be one of my favorite parts of designing and doing work on games. Least favorite? Probably back and forth feedback and nitpicking from clients like
that don't understand your job either.
Yeah, like can you make the square more round but I don't want a circle. You know what I mean? It's like, can you make this more round? No, that's too round. Like design a square circle. You get people who are clients who just are like, they want you to do the impossible and they kind of complain about it when you can't. That happens sometimes.
Or when they choose your least favorite design, would that be a con?
That's another one. Like, clients notoriously will always choose your least favorite design. Like
that's like a superstition at this point.
Every single time, it is so stinking annoying. You make this so cool design. Another thing that sucks is like if you're a concept artist, your work is never getting like almost nothing you draw or paint ever gets released to the public. It's all NDA.
So you can't really, so like if you want to, you can't really upload it into your portfolio.
Yeah, it's all NDA, non-disclosure agreement. Nobody ever sees it. I made so much concept art. It's never going to see the light of a day.
Colton, you were an art mercenary.
Art mercenary. I like the sound of that.
Makes you sound cool.
That's like a freelancer.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to rewatch things more times than necessary. Would I be able to do so? Absolutely. You can watch any video as many times as you want. Would I be able to access at any time? Yes. It's 24/7 access whenever you want. You watch it as many times as you want. You get access to the student channels in the Discord. A lot of people post their homework in there. Obviously, you can ping us and ask questions and stuff here and there. It doesn't come with feedback. But you can absolutely ask questions and
when
stuff
we're on stream and stuff
in the student channels, and you can ask us questions on stream and stuff as well. But you get access to it. It's lifetime. You unlock everything. Anything we add to the school later in the future, you automatically get brought into as well. Which we do add things. We're like, dang, there's this.
I was thinking, I have a lot of space in week 1 for the figure drawing class. I could put the gesture classes in there.
We could do that. Yeah, we're adding to it and improving it, and we're probably going to rework certain things at certain times just to like improve it and update it and everything. But you get access to it forever. You can watch any video as many times as you want. You get the brush pack that comes with it, all that sort of thing. Really love the brush. What brush is this? Is it the same one?
Oh, yeah, it's the same one. It's just very, it's just on a very, very tiny drawing. It's a tiny drawing, so it looks different that way.
Yeah, you can download this brush for free. It's on the, linky on our profile, or right here. You can screenshot this, go there. Or you can just type !brush and RDC.
Yup. Was our problem this whole time just audio?
Probably. It's almost always an audio problem. Energy. And audio. By the way, chat, if you guys want to stream, never underestimate the importance of audio.
It will make or break.
Never underestimate the importance of audio.
Even if you think it's crisp.
Even if you think it's crisp. You want to know why everybody records TikToks in their car is because it has really good acoustics. And maybe they don't know that, but it does have really good acoustics. You guys think I can redeem myself in chemistry? What did you say? You had like a 68 in the class or something? Probably.
Who said that?
Arabella.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, like, as long as it's not too late in the grading period. Oh, I haven't said that word in a long time.
What?
The grading period.
The grading period? I don't think I've ever said those two words combined like that in my entire life.
Or the semester.
I was not a good student. Grades are due on Friday. Oh yeah, you're good. Unless you can do major, unless the, I hope your teacher likes Mickey drawings. That's all I can say. Look, if I was your teacher, I'd give you extra credit for drawing Mickey.
As long as it's not an F, like at least a 68 is not an F, so like there's a positive in that. Does it mean you failed the class? As long as you don't fail the class, then I think you're good. If you pass it narrowly, you're fine.
How do you manage a work-life balance as an artist?
We don't. I'm kidding.
If I find the answer to that, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I don't have a work-life balance. We just played Baldur's Gate 3 for like 15 hours a day for the last 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
And we went from going to bed at 7 a.m. to waking up at 7 a.m. within the same week.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened.
Like, honestly, like, work-life balance is important and everything, you know?
Sometimes it just doesn't exist.
But, like, if you do all the things that you want to do during the day and you have no work-life balance, like, you know, how important is it really?
Aside
Can't be
from
that important.
Yeah.
Like, if you work and you make a living and you also have some fun and you hang out with people and there's no balance there, like, you know, maybe that is balance. Maybe that is the definition of balance.
As long as you get what you need to get done, then I don't see the problem.
I mean, a lot of people just treat it like a job, right? Like, they're like, okay, I have to make sure I go to bed at a good time and wake up and study, and I'm going to practice 1 hour doing this, and I'm going to practice 1 hour doing that, and I need to make sure I brush my teeth and take a shower because you don't want to be stinky. Speaking of stinky, I need to go find a kitty.
Oh, there's one right there.
Kitty.
Speaking of stinky,
Toby.
you're so funny.
Baby.
What brush are you using? You can get this brush on our website, drawanime.com, right here. It's for free. It is very nice. I love using it for like really quick sketches just like this. And like it just has a really inherently good shape and a good texture. Like, look at that. That's a nice shape. So like it's a lot of the work already was cut out for me. Let's show Toby on the screen. Let's hold the baby. Hi. Don't be stubborn. There you go. Hi. This is our youngest.
This is Toby,
This
the
is Toby.
youngest. He looks like a baby, but he's the size of an adult.
Yeah.
Because he's such a big boy.
You're a growing boy. You're a growing boy. And look, he has cute little...
Little
Being
half
stubborn.
pink.
Half pink toe beans. He has one on the other side, too.
He's
Boop.
tired.
Are you tired?
You want me to put you in the nest?
He's not handsome at all. I'm kidding. He's pretty handsome, I guess. He's too young to be handsome.
Yeah, he's not handsome yet, but he will be, I
Yeah.
hope. He's a cutie patootie.
He's more cute than handsome, in my opinion, because I will always think of him as a baby. As a kitten. You're so big. So big. Dapper young lad, yeah. Oh, and did you do a flop? He is like melty cheese. There's like, we have like the whole spectrum of kitties, right? We got firm kitty. We got floppy kitty, which is Toby. And then we got medium firm. Because we got 3 kitties. Hey. No.
What do you think you're doing? There we go.
Yep.
There's Toby. He's cute.
Yeah.
My tuxedo has half pink random toe beans too. That's fun.
Half pink random toe beans. I love that.
My cat looks related to Atticus. Huh?
Who's Atticus?
What time is it? 2 hours and 13 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
We were thinking like we might actually do just like a TikTok only stream like the good old days, just from the phone. Like,
yeah.
Straight up open the TikTok app, hit the little plus sign, and go live on the phone, not from the PC. Just like straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Like the good old days.
Going straight back to the roots.
Just to try it, you know? Just to like not just to remember where we came from.
And be humbled, potentially.
This Procreate? Yes.
Yes.
It is Procreate.
You know, I actually really like when paintings are just complete, like, low res. Because, like, it really shows the control of brushstrokes. Rather than just a bunch of tiny brushstrokes. Starting with, like, really big brushstrokes. I think that's kind of cool. I need to draw with more, like, larger brushstrokes. I just think in terms of shape.
Oh yeah, we got a Labubu today.
What?
Wait, it's so cute.
How did you say that?
What?
How did you say that?
How did I say that? I forgot we got a Labubu today. It's hanging from the mirror in our car. Mm-hmm. It's cute. I like it. 10 out of 10.
Yep, 10 out of 10.
Dude, Labubus would beat up a Funko Pop in a fight any day.
What space do you draw? Do you mean like what kind of device do I draw on? This is an iPad Pro 13-inch.
What color Labubu? Yellow.
Yellow and pink and blue.
It's holding a heart. And pink and blue?
Yeah, there's pink and blue in it. But it's mainly yellow.
Oh, okay. The fur is yellow.
Yeah, the fur is yellow.
Labubu. Are you insulting my collection of Luffy Funko Pops? We did see a Luffy Funko Pop today. OMG, I meant opacity. I was using swipe to text. What is swipe to text? What opacity do you draw on? This is
full opacity.
Full opacity, but the brush, the pressure controls opacity.
Mm-hmm. Hi there, Toby. Toby Loaf. Toby Pudding. You are Pudding.
He is Pudding.
He is Pudding.
Are you tired? Look how tired he looks, dude.
He's the funniest when he's tired.
He is funny.
He used to be a yapper. Remember when he was a kitten and we got him for the first few days? He would just meow nonstop.
Yapper.
We got a bot.
Gotta go back to fighting your computer. Hope y'all rest of day is fantastic. Good
Thank
luck
you.
on fighting the good fight. We did see a Luffy Funko Pop today. It was kind of funny. I give Funko Pops a lot of crap, but they don't bother me at all. I think they're totally fine.
Oh, really?
No, they're horrible.
Make up your mind.
They're cursed. They're the spawn of Satan.
They kind of do look like the spawn of Satan.
The beady eyes and nasty proportions. They feel very Western, like Western cute. That's like not actually cute.
It's just
cursed.
Yeah.
There aren't many Luffy Funko Pops I don't own. There's more than one. Well, you don't own the one we saw today because it's still in that machine. What's your favorite medium? And does art help/affect other areas of your life? I mean, considering we do it for a living, it definitely affects every area of our life. I was pretty good at
the maze.
The maze in Baldur's Gate in the Temple of Shar because I'm used to like measuring and gauging proportions, so I got through the maze pretty easily just because I'm good at proportional measuring. So I guess that's something. Chance, hello. You know, I always love the Pokemon Chansey.
I love Chansey.
The eggs.
Chansey. Yeah, I want to take a bite out of that egg. Apparently, they say if you eat the egg, it makes you happy or something. I'm like, I want to eat a bite of that egg.
What Procreate brush do you use?
Right here.
When can one be considered a pro artist? Probably when you make a living from it. I think that's kind of like the definition of it, right? Is like when you make a living from it. People use it in different ways. Like pro, but I think pro stands for professional. So it's like you do it for a living. But I don't think it really matters that much. Like, you know, do whatever you want with it. There's certainly a lot of people who've never done art for a living who are at the professional level as well. Like there's really insanely good artists out there who are like programmers on the side, not on the side as their like main job. And you're just like, holy crap, they're so good.
They could be like a professional, like
easily. And they just
Yeah.
turn down job offers when they get them because they like what they do and they like keeping art a hobby. Not
That's such a
everybody wants to
flex.
become a pro, like work as a professional artist. A lot of people do, but not everybody. I would consider them pro. Can you guys tell me how I can earn money with my art, like passive income? That would be a business thing. That would be much more of like a business thing. Art would basically just happen to be the subject
of what you're
of
selling.
the business, but setting up something that brings in money like without you having to do anything and art are going to be like separate.
Yeah, it's
Right.
not about the drawing at that point.
Like the business side is going to have a whole structure to it that operates without you. The art is just what happens to be, generating the income. What app is this? It's called Procreate, and
Yep.
it is an app on the iPad. And in order to get pressure sensitivity, you will need an Apple Pencil that's compatible. It's like $12. It's a good drawing app, like really good.
Yeah, very good.
That's fun. Good luck. Good luck for your daughter drawing and sketching on the iPad.
Oh, awesome.
I study computer science, but I also want to make money with my art. That's fun.
Yeah.
That is fun.
It's kind of fun. I like it when portraits are just really minimal. Like it's just all completely graphic. That's one of my favorite types of portraits.
Similar question. Do any movies affect how you think about art or animation? For sure. For sure, movies are very influential.
It's part of the experiences that you take that inspire you, if that makes sense.
Back. How would one access the anime art class on a computer? You just log in on the website with your login credentials.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, there's so much cat hair in the air. I used to want to work professionally, but I realized I only like drawing what I wanted when I wanted, so it's a different field. Nice. Yeah, I don't think it's for everybody necessarily, but there are also hidden really fun things about working professionally that I think are really fun.
Mm-hmm.
At least doing concept art and illustration. Like a lot of people go like, oh, I don't want to be an artist because I only want to draw my things and I don't want to draw what other people tell me to. You have a lot of creative freedom in artwork, like hired artwork. There's a lot more flexibility and freedom than people tend to think when you're working for someone else who's hiring you to do an artwork. And a lot of the time they're not even an artist and they think literally anything you make is amazing. Mm-hmm. So you have even more freedom. It's really not that bad with that sort of thing. But I don't necessarily think it's for everybody. Like, I don't think everybody should try to be a professional artist. It's totally optional, whatever people feel like doing,
Yeah. Some people just kind of treat it like a side thing for the most part. Like, I mean, that's why you have like Etsy creators. They'll have a main job, but then they'll have crafting as like a side hobby or side business.
Yeah. Like Dina, she worked for Adam Hawk, but she published multiple children's books, and she had her own. She had a big YouTube channel with like, I don't remember what it was at, like 70,000 subscribers, and she had a big community and multiple books published, and she was like, her day job was a concept artist, and so she got to draw all day, and then when she got home, she was doing her own personal projects. So she's basically just getting paid to practice and get better all day. It's really not that bad, but I don't think everybody should do it. When she found the link, I couldn't find it for a minute. All good. Yeah, if you need it, you can DM us or whatever. A lot of art fields are very competitive because art's popular.
Art's fun.
Things that are perceived as very fun tend to be pretty competitive. It's almost like a trade-off, right? You receive really fun career. I receive it's hard to get there.
Competitive.
It's competitive, yeah.
It used to not be competitive. But at the same time, there's also a trade-off where it's like back then, art knowledge and art education wasn't as readily available. Now it is like very readily available. Fox is like, bro, Colton.
Huh? What do you want? Spam.
Romeo says, I'm from Indonesia. Your class really helped me a lot. Oh, awesome.
Oh, awesome.
Yay.
No, we don't use Ibis Paint. I've never tried it before. Haven't hung out here in a while. It's crazy amazing to see your rendering style fluctuate.
Oh, it fluctuates? Yeah, it fluctuates a lot. Thank you. It does fluctuate because I'm trying new stuff and trying different ways to start pieces.
Struggling with proportions and drawing heads. Any tips? We talked about it a little bit earlier on stream. If you want to go check out the recording on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
We're probably going to get wrapping up relatively soon. Yeah, we talked a bit about head drawing earlier and proportion and that sort of thing. Toby Toaster?
Toby Custard?
He's just hanging out. He's just chilling.
Yeah. We have a video on how to draw heads in 15 minutes. I do cover the proportions like in an anime style. So you can check it out on our channel. I think it's one of our more popular videos on our channel.
You had to fight a battle with 4 health the entire time.
Rip. Did you win?
An entire time, I guess. If there wouldn't be an entire time if she didn't.
That's learning.
Or maybe the entire time was 6 seconds. I guess you could have the entirety of 6 seconds. Yeah, after like 30 minutes. That's crazy. You're getting better or worse. What? Bye-bye. Good luck on chemistry cooked.
Bye. Yeah, good luck on your chemistry. Don't get cooked.
Don't get cooked.
Study a bit more. I don't know. Then again, if your parents care, then study a bit more.
Look at him. He's like...
What's he doing? Why is he dangling like that?
He's like dangling off the bed, bro. Like...
He's like pulling a Poppy.
Yeah.
We have 3 kitties. Toby, Poppy, Toby, and Applejack. 2 boys and a girl.
Dangling off the bed.
There he goes.
There you are. You want to scratch? He's like, those seem pretty good. No, that's my hat. Hattie Compton, Hattie Compton.
I want to give one to Toby, that little hat.
I know, he could wear this thing.
He would fit perfectly with that hat.
Bro, Toby would work if he had a mini version of this hat.
You should get one.
Literally be perfect.
Oh wait, I forgot to get you a nightcap.
Oh yeah, I told Christina I wanted a cute little hat like honk shoe. You know what I mean? Like, he punched my hat down. I said I wanted a hat.
I'll get this one.
Like, what the heck do those hats look like?
I'm not showing you. Go look it up. They just look like a big droopy hat. Bro, what? Did I accidentally use my gift card?
Oh no, you used your gift card on my hat?
No, like on other stuff.
Oh no, on your cooking stuff?
Yeah, I think I did. That's stupid. I hate when Amazon does that. Whatever. It is what is. What's done is done. Aww.
Literally me?
Oh, that's so cute. Wait, add your little dimple nose and dimple chin.
No.
Why not? It's you. It's longer than that. It's not really a Santa. It's the tail is.
Oh, it's
much
longer than this. How stinking long are these?
It's very
You
long.
wouldn't show me.
Yeah, like that long. Maybe a little bit longer, but that's fine. Yeah, like that.
You mean like this sort of thing? That's wild, bro.
You'll see tomorrow. Do you use drawing tablets? Yes, we both use drawing tablets. Oh, that's such a cute face. Oh, yeah, you do have cute little button brows, don't you?
No, I don't. This isn't me. Look.
Okay,
there.
fine.
Now it's not me.
I thought it was supposed to be you.
No.
I'm watching you guys' videos and love how you both always say, mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, we do use that. We say that a lot.
Thanks to Kayla.
Thanks to Kayla, yeah. She used to say, can I get it? Mm-hmm. And we're like, mm-hmm. It just comes out naturally, you know? You just have to say it. As a professional artist, what tablets do you recommend?
Honestly, anything works fine.
Yeah.
The thing that makes you pull your hair out the least, I'm still looking, as you can tell. Like, honestly, like most brands are totally fine. There's so many people who use every single brand imaginable. Historically, like way back in the day, Wacom's a pretty good brand, or Wacom, however you say it. I'm sure there's a right way. I'm sure plenty of people here could correct me. Too bad I'm not looking at chat.
You didn't miss much. Oh, that's such a cute drawing.
But what is it? Huion has some pretty good stuff.
Yep.
iPads are good. A lot of people use iPads. Maybe, you know.
Wait, I feel like I might know what piece I want to do next time.
A lot of people use XP Pen. I don't know a lot of professionals who used XP Pen, but things have changed in the last number of years for sure.
Yeah.
They look like this, dude. I don't know what
Oh,
they look
it's so
like
cute.
exactly.
Is he sick?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, put a little thermometer.
What these stinking things look like? Like, I want to draw like the classic one.
Yeah. Have you used Clip Studio Paint? Yes, I've used it before. I liked it.
I haven't used it myself. What the heck do these things look like, dude? Like the classic thermometers? Do they have like a little ball on the end or something?
Yeah, something like that. Oh my gosh. That's cute.
How about this? Like, really sad.
Oh, he's like, I'm sick. I'm sicky.
What if it's like this?
That's pretty good. That's a good one, too. Cute expression. Have you worked digitally for a long time? Do you prefer digital or traditional?
Yeah. I like digital a lot. I think traditional is goated. Like, they're both great. Professionally, it was all digital. Concept art, you know? It's all done with the tools of the trade. Lots of Blender, lots of photo bashing, lots of drawing and painting. There's my little sick. My little sick.
Sick bean.
Yeah, a lot of stuff just doesn't matter. It's totally up to like the individual preference. The thing that matters the most is you spend a lot of time grinding out foundation and getting your fundamental skills to a level of like fluency. You want to be fluent in the language of the different foundations.
Mm-hmm.
Dimensional drawing, design, if you're a designer. You know, composition is design. So like, even if you're an illustrator, you're still designing. You're just kind of approaching it a little bit differently.
Yeah. You're still, you know, finding perspectives and stuff and arranging.
Any tips on studying cylinders?
Ooh.
Get good at drawing ellipses. Cylinders are like, you understand how they work and then you practice them a lot. That's like how foundation works, right? So you can figure out an ellipse. Ellipses are calculated in degrees. So if you're standing right here, your chair hit the mic. It's all good. If you're standing and there's a hole, heck, better yet, there's a barrel sitting on the ground, right? This is a barrel, and it's a cylinder. It looks like this. This is that. How do you know, like, but this is your camera, right? So here's your camera. Like, how do you know what ellipse this needs to be? How?
How?
Like, what is this gonna look like? Is it gonna look like this? Is it gonna look like, you know, is it gonna look like that? Is it gonna look somewhere like in between? Like, how do you know exactly what ellipse you need? Like, how squished is the top ellipse? And how open is the bottom ellipse? And are they even different? So the way to find that is, if you look at a cylinder from directly above, right? Like, let's say we're above this. Here's my camera, and I'm looking down at this cylinder, and I am perpendicular to it. Well, I just see a circle, right? I'm just looking at a circle. I'm looking at a cylinder from directly above. It's a cylinder. And so if I take my camera and I put it over here, and I look at this from the side, well, I just see a straight line, right? It literally looks like this. So halfway in between that, 45 degrees, I'm going to see halfway between a circle and a straight line. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to reduce it, you know, by about half.
Okay.
So this is what would be a 45 degree. I'm just kind of guesstimating this right now. This would be like a 45 degree, right? This would be half of that. So like a 22.5 degree. This would be like a 67.5 degree, right? So we got like 22.5, 0.5 degrees, 7.5 degrees. And that is how you calculate ellipses. So you take your camera and you go here, and this is the degree of your ellipse. And you know that 90 degrees is a circle, and 0 degrees is a straight line. So you just take this, right? And you reduce it by half. So it would be like in here instead. Or you reduce it by that much, 22. And so you have to like think about what you're looking at, and guess what? This ellipse and this ellipse are different angles, which is why you tend to get this sort of thing. But like, this is where it kind of gets a little bit harder, right? Imagine you're really far. Like, imagine two things, right? Here's your cylinder in side view. Here's your barrel on the ground. And there's two people, right? This person is like right here, right? And they're looking. Here's the degree. Here's the degree. So this top ellipse is going to be pretty shallow, and this bottom ellipse is going to be much wider. It's going to be like this. Maybe not that much. Maybe like, you know, it's going to kind of look like that. You're probably going to get a vanishing point below, so it's going to get smaller. So like person A sees this. Now imagine there's somebody standing like really far back here. We'll just take this same person, put them way back here. And they're looking at this cylinder from all the way back here.
They can't really see the other person. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Right? They're looking at this cylinder from all the way back here. Let's just use the straight line tool because I'm lazy. A very, very shallow degree, and also a pretty shallow degree. So person B is going to see like literally like something like this. Right? This has to do with camera lens, by the way. This is a camera lens thing. So here's person B's cylinder. I should probably make it like a little bit thinner. Like here's person B's cylinder, and here's person's A's cylinder. Here's this one, and here's this one, and here's like the top, and here's the side. So if you want to practice, if you want to get good at drawing cylinders, you have to understand this. By the way, this is like camera lens stuff. This is a longer lens, and this is like a wider lens. You're seeing more.
How much should perspective affect our figures? Why is it whenever I draw the shapes, I feel like they all must abide or refer to the horizon line?
Because they do. Like, they do, but it's like less to do with the horizon line and more to do with like how far or close the figure is from you and like what angle is it facing, right? Because like your figure could be jumping in the air and they wouldn't actually abide by the horizon line. Like they'd have their own vanishing point. But they're still going to be in the same camera. So you imagine that this is actually a person instead. You're going to get the same effect going on depending on how, you know, how close or far they are. Right? That could be a person instead. So like if you're really, really close to someone, if you're standing here, right? And someone else is right here, you're like looking down at the top of their feet and you're looking straight at their face. So they're literally, they're like going to look something like this, right? Right? You're looking down at their feet, so you see the top of their feet. Right? And you're looking straight at their face. So here's their head. And they're like this. But if you're further away, like imagine you're all the way back here, right? Like here. You're now looking straight at their face, and you're looking like slightly down at their feet. So instead, it's probably going to look something like this. You see slightly down. And it's probably going to look more like this. Right? That's giant feet. Gigantic feet, right? It's going to like, you see a little bit of the top of them, but not a lot. And there they are.
Nice.
And then this is going to be like a much, much more foreshortened plane. Like imagine they're standing on the ground, right? This guy is seeing here to here of the ground. So you're getting a lot of foreshortening. It's like this, right? But this guy is seeing like here to here. So you're getting less foreshortening. It's further away. So you're probably going to get something like that.
Mm.
And this can get really, really extreme. Imagine if you're taking a picture in like a fisheye lens and you are literally, so like A, here's A, right? B, here's B. C, let's say you're literally right in front of the person. So you're looking straight down at their feet and you're looking straight at their face. And you are so close. Like, look how much of your vision is taken up by this person's head.
Now
and
imagine.
look how much of your vision is taken up by this person's foot. It's like a tiny bit. But their head takes up like this much space. It's like a ton. And so what ends up happening is if you want to see their face, I mean, like this would, if you took a picture of them like this, they would look like this, right? But imagine if your camera could see all the way to the ground. So like your camera is going here to here. That's a really, really, really wide lens. That's like almost 180 degree field of vision. It's like 100 and I don't know how many degrees. I'm bad at guessing that kind of stuff. So you would literally see a ton of your picture would get filled up by their face, right? It'd be like this big. And then their body, let me like draw this over here. So a ton of the picture, it's like a huge face. And you'd be literally looking straight down at their feet. And so it's like this.
Yep.
Right? And their hand would be like down here.
Hello.
Right? It'd be like that. Like if you're looking so, they're so close to you, it'd probably be even bigger. You'd have to literally use like a fisheye lens. Right? Maybe even like, you might not even really see their legs at all. You just see like the top of their feet. Like that. It could be something probably like that, right? And then your camera would be like this. And you'd probably get you'd have to get a fisheye lens. But regardless, so like this stuff affects cylinders. It's kind of a similar question. And like notice how like I didn't really talk about horizon line too much. Like the horizon line would be right here. So the horizon line would be here and the vanishing point would probably be like, you know, behind them. Like that. And then this one, it'd be like, you know, horizon line. The vanishing point would be here. And so it'd be like, you know, fisheye lens.
That looks about right.
Like that or whatever. So you'd like look straight down at their feet versus like side. So people will draw characters where they're really, 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 really far away and it'll completely flatten out the whole thing, right? It'll be like this. You're looking straight at their head. You're looking straight at their waist. You're looking straight at their feet. It's all in side view. And it's like this. And now this person could be in whatever perspective you want them in. It doesn't really matter. But it's like, if you're really close to them, you're going to be looking like straight at part of them and down at part of them. And how much is like a camera lens thing. And your camera lens is how far am I away from the subject that I'm taking a picture of, right? You like take your phone and you zoom in really far. It flattens everything.
It makes us look also pretty wide.
Yeah, so cylinders are hard because
can't really tell.
You have to kind of know this stuff to an extent because it's like, you know, the top and the bottom could be this or the top and the bottom could be that, and they're both correct based on depending on where you are.
Wow. And
yeah, so like the thing about cylinders is you got a minor axis, and that is the side that cuts your short side in half, right? So cylinders are like this. There's the minor axis. And the minor axis points towards your vanishing point. If it's 2-point perspective, then and it's sitting on the ground, your minor axis just uses those verticals. If it's like 2-point perspective and your cylinder is sitting on its side, so like vanishing point, your minor axis, you know, points towards the vanishing point. Like that. Same with this. So your short one, right? Probably more like cylinders. if it's standing up and down, then, you know, in 2-point perspective, all these are perfectly vertical. And so your cylinder would be like, you know, up and down like this. To me, it helped a lot when I learned that vanishing points are 90 degrees apart. And that's kind of a whole little thing. But if you have 2-point perspective, this is like Z and X. Z and X are 90 degrees apart, right? If you have a box on this,
creates a 90-degree angle.
yes. Here is your box in 2-point perspective. If I come up the same amount, there's top Y. It's not top Y. My bad. If I come up the same amount to X, that's top Y. Right? Like up there. If I come down the same amount, this is bottom Y. If I come left, you know, this is left X and this is right X. So 2-point perspective takes place right here. There's also another 2-point perspective right here. Right? So this would be another box. But you never see this much in linear perspective. You would have to switch to a fisheye lens. And so a fisheye lens is going to look like that classic lens that you can see, right? That you know. So here's Z. Here's all your lines coming out. Fisheye allows you to see a much wider field of vision, right? So you got all your Z lines coming out like this from the middle, middle, top Y, right, left X, bottom Y, and then these lines, right, this goes in like a circle around you. So it's like a circle. If I could draw, this is going to be really sloppy. I apologize in advance.
Well, you didn't really necessarily make the grid
right
ahead of time.
And then this curves around to here, and it curves around to there, and this is a fisheye grid. Fisheye perspective is something that you can switch to when you want to draw a wider area. Right? So instead of using 2-point perspective right here, remember that box? It's going to follow these curved lines instead. So it's going to go like this. It's still the same perspective. You've just switched to a curved lens, right? So this is curved. This is curved. This is straight because it's coming from X, or the Z in the middle. So this is like a fisheye grid. And now you can actually see the ones on this side too. Right? 2-point perspective.
2-point perspective.
But we can switch to a fisheye lens if we want to be able to extend this canvas as far as we want over here and not get really weird distortion. Because if this stayed linear perspective, you would get like, your box would literally look like this. It would look super weird.
It would break.
Like, yeah, it would look like, it would look like just super weird, right? It would like, get bigger as it gets further away from you. Yeah, it would look like this. Your box would be crazy weird.
Well, it's almost like, think of it like pasta, right? The more you bend it, if it's dry, it's going to break. But like if you cook it, then it won't break, it just bends.
So, this is Z. This is the middle, right? This is right X to your right. This is left X to your left. So, where would a cylinder be on here? Well, these are actually 90 degrees apart from each other. So, remember when I was talking earlier about like a circle is 90 degree and looking at it in a side view is 0 degrees, and then in the middle is our 45 degrees, 67.5 degrees. So this actually accounts for all that. Let me like undo a lot of this stuff first. So here we go. We'll erase our grid out a bit. And we'll go, okay, we got a cylinder here. It's a circle. We're looking straight at it at 90 degrees. Over here, 90 degrees away, it's the side of the cylinder, right? So we've basically got like
Kind of like a rectangle in a way.
Yeah, that. In the middle, at our 45-degree mark, we've got our 45-degree ellipse. Over here, we've got our 22.5-degree ellipse. Over here, we've got like our 67.5-degree ellipse. And then remember, your cylinder, your minor axis points towards your vanishing point. So it's like this. There's a cylinder. There's our cylinder. There's our cylinder. And then, you know, there's our cylinder. But it's like, it's going to be like this, right? And if it went past us, if it went out to the outside, we would actually see it would kind of look like that. See, this cylinder is now like rotating.
Wow.
It works the same with boxes. Like, I'll just do boxes on this side instead, right? So, like, let's say we've got a box here. Here's our halfway point. Okay, so we've got a box, and this is flipped on the side. So, like, our box is flipped side right here. We've got a 45-degree box here. We've got our, you know, let me do this. 22.5-degree box right here. We've got our 67.5-degree box right here.
It's all the same.
It's all the same.
Wow. It looks like it's actually rotating.
Yeah, and so like you could put a cylinder inside of this because you know, a cylinder fits inside of a box. Right? There's that. There's this one. Right? So when I'm drawing cylinders, I'm like thinking about where am I in here, right? So if I come out like here, you know, it's probably going to be like...
Nagi asked if this is all explained in our course.
Like that. Is all explained in your course? I do explain cylinders in my course. Yeah, I don't draw them in a fisheye lens like this. But I explain cylinders and how to draw them. And we do actually do a bunch of really good assignments like bendy straws, which are like some of the most effective assignments with learning how to draw cylinders. We practice a lot of this kind of stuff. I like calling them bendy straws.
Bendy straws is cute.
You know, maybe we bring this around like this. Do a lot of this kind of stuff. And then we connect them like this.
Ooh. Noodles.
Zoop.
Sort of.
This is like a super good assignment. And I do other, you know, bendy assignments as well. This is like how you get good at drawing cylinders. You just draw a bunch of bendy straws. And, like, vary the ellipses. Like, have this, have this, have this, have this, have that. And so you just, like, vary them, right? Like, we could have one that's, like, really, really round. Coming towards us like this. Whereas this one's really squished.
Different perspective.
Yep. And we do a lot of that kind of practice. But yeah, this is like the wider picture, right? And generally your images are going to be cropped a lot. You'll draw 2-point perspective and it'll look like this. Here's VP1. Here's VP2. Here's your image. And there's people. Maybe there's like a person in there, right?
Barrels?
Yeah, maybe it's like, oh my gosh, like, what is this? What are these big barrel things?
What are these capsules?
Maybe like hay bale things, right?
Ooh.
And you have like...
I thought those were cinnamon rolls for a second.
Big cinnamon rolls. But anyways.
Very cool.
So like, I hope that answers the question about like cylinders and ellipses, at least to an extent. I probably caused more questions than I answered. Unfortunately, that's just how it is sometimes.
But sometimes cylinders are kind of like a rabbit hole, you know?
A lot of stuff is a rabbit hole, honestly. What, do you hate cinnamon rolls? Oh, I love them. Look, I drew a giant one. I love them so much.
You just took a bite out of it. Getting a bit tired.
Wait. Oh, did you hear that, chat? Allows probably spreading some sort of propaganda or something.
No, sorry, it's the 67.
Oh, never mind. More propaganda. I was right. You know, and it allows you to do a bunch of really cool stuff too. Like, imagine if you want to like crop an image down here. Like, here's your perspective, right? If I drew a box here.
Ooh. That's a cool city shot.
Could be like a, yeah, like a cool city shot or something.
Crazy that it... Wait. Crazy. That is the first time learning that connection. I never learned it in art school.
Yeah, me neither.
And
it ticks me off. Like, why don't they teach this stuff? That's why I am so passionate about teaching this, because like I literally could not find this information anywhere. I took perspective in multiple schools. I took perspective in art center, and they never taught it. I don't know why. You know who I had to learn it from? I had to learn it from Gene, and then I had to do the rest, like figuring it out myself. Like I literally got a ruler, like a yardstick or a meter stick, whatever you want to use, and I connected it to my phone to measure the ellipses, and then I would take a picture with my phone at a specific angle, and I would take it into Photoshop, and I found a picture of an ellipse guide set on the internet. This is ridiculous that you have to do this in order to learn stuff. I found an ellipse guide set, and I just selected this ellipse, and I measured it, and I went, wait, that's the measurement. Like, that's how I learned, that's how I learned this stuff, is I physically set up an experiment in real life where I got a protractor and my phone and a yardstick and took a picture at different angles, like a 45-degree angle, and then I just took my 45-degree ellipse guide here, like, heck are they? 60 degree, 45 degree, and I like lined it up, and I'm like, yup.
That's the ellipse.
And I'm just like, you know, you draw a box. Erase it out. Make a circle. And then I'm like, okay, I'll make a new layer.
It's probably not on the right. It's on a clipping mask, isn't it?
It's on the very bottom. So I have to make a circle and do this, right? And this is like the type of experimentation that I would do. And I'm like, okay, let's just manually like divide this in half like that and like that. So here's the halfway point. And now let's take this and we'll shrink it down, you know, 50%. You know, around 50%. My measurements are probably a little bit off. And I'm just like, is this right? Right? Not really. I'm bad at measuring, but like I did a bunch of these experiments, so that's... What's this one? Is that the right one? It's
it
like
feels
this.
like it should be right.
Feels like it's the right one. Maybe there's something wrong with the one that I found or whatever.
Like that one looks right.
That one looks right. Yeah, just it's weird. Like I don't know why they don't teach this stuff. Like I can't figure out without doing like my own physical experiments on my own, like how the heck do you do this kind of stuff, right? Like where do you learn this? I never found it in any schools or anything. So you have to become like a little scientist or something. But there we go. It's so bizarre how all this stuff works. I don't even, you know, and then you draw it and you have to use your other perspective understanding and do all this kind of stuff and fisheye lenses and all that. So it's like
It's a lot of work.
I don't even know how. Oh.
Hato.
It's hato. Very interesting stuff, though.
Yep.
These are, like, you can do these. They're called Krenz cubes, by the way. If you want to look it up, like, you can do Krenz cubes. K-R-E-N-Z.
I have a video on a few streams on that.
Krenz cubes. We do have some streams on this that we've done in the past, talking about, you know, drawing boxes from different angles and everything. They kind of look like, you know, they kind of look like this. And then I'm gonna be lazy.
And just do it on the other side.
Yeah, they kind of look like that, and then they look like this. If you find pictures of them online, it's sort of along the lines of this.
Lao says, if you Google Krenz cubes, one of the first results is one of your streams about it. Really?
Is it? That's funny.
I'm gonna look at it.
I know Gene has a lot of It's probably the one where we talked about it wrong too. It was a long time ago.
Oh yeah, it is our stream. It's the first one. First video.
Maybe people will find us with an obscure, unknown perspective exercise. Right? Like, they kind of look like this. And then this one is like this. I'm drawing them really rough and dirty. Christina had to practice these a lot.
Yeah. Memorizing a set. What I do is I just make sure that the edge is basically also in the center, or it mimics the one above it.
They're kind of like, it's kind of like that. This one's not quite right. This one's like, needs to be more like this. Maybe pull that in just a little bit. But yeah, they sort of look like that. You can look up videos and stuff on them. There's people who are a lot better at drawing them than me, like Gene. Gene Bond. Oh. Is that ellipse guide set wrong? Yeah, that ellipse... What?
Why are they making ellipse guides wrong?
That ellipse guide set was actually wrong. This is the ellipse guide set. Here's the 45. That's why it didn't fit. 60.
You want to test it again?
That's weird. No, I don't feel like it.
Hello there. Water mukbang? Yeah, just drinking ASMR.
Weird. Here's the 45s.
Is it really that way?
I wonder. Now I'm curious. See, I need to do more. I need to experiment more. Then I need to just squish it down by half. I'll just like cheat it, right? I'll just go, you know. There's half.
We're testing ellipse guides. Do you two have any tips on drawing from imagination? You need a lot of experience with drawing different things and memorizing to draw from imagination.
40. Maybe I'm measuring wrong. Maybe I'm not putting it in the right spot exactly.
So like understand that drawing from imagination isn't like purely drawing from imagination, because your brain does things wrong. Your brain does a lot of shortcuts to make things feel like they're correct, but they're actually wrong.
Yeah, your brain does a lot of mental shortcuts. Interesting.
Interesting. It's a 40-degree instead. I don't know. So like when people draw from imagination, like let's say like for instance when you look at Kim Jung-gi and he's like literally drawing from imagination, it's because he's literally drawn those subjects like from reference like over and over and over again, and he basically memorizes them. So he basically studies a bunch of like motorcycles, for example, draws them in all these different angles, memorizes their forms, and once you memorize the forms and the proportions, then you can basically draw from imagination. But it's not just like, oh, I can kind of get it. Oh, like I guess I get a little bit of the proportions. Like, no, you gotta like know it from heart. It's kind of like that. It's very intense. That's why I'm drawing from imagination is so hard. Yeah, it becomes muscle memory.
Yeah.
It's like drawing hands from memory requires you to draw a lot of hands from reference and making an effort to memorize. So, like memorize the padding, memorize the, you know, how it foreshortens and stuff. But it's a difficult skill to learn. It's not the best I wouldn't say it's not the most attractive answer. But that is a tip, because, you know, drawing from imagination is a completely different skill.
I'll have to investigate that. Kind of interesting.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad you liked the answer.
Yeah.
I think, but also understand that even when you are drawing from imagination, you're still using reference to make your drawing like believable, because that's how you make it authentic. I think I'm ready to wrap up. I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm ready to wrap up.
We got a massage earlier, and now my muscles are sore. Are your muscles sore? They're like bruised and battered.
No.
Are you using reference? You know, I was using reference for some of these. Like these ones are like little studies from reference.
Like a
master study. These ones were also coming from reference. Other times, like I'm not using as much. This one's from reference.
Was that like just the Krinsky? Not the Krinsky.
The Asaro head, yeah. Partially, I had it on the side and stuff. There are some things where I don't use reference because I know it well enough that I'm like, I don't really need to have it on hand all the time.
Yeah. Or laziness.
Or laziness, or just
those
because
play a factor sometimes.
That's true. A lot of laziness.
I'm definitely guilty of that.
Yeah, I'm guilty of it, but it's also because I don't want to like spend minutes just trying to search for a reference when I could just like draw it real quick, just a demonstration.
I think it has to do with the fact that the front of the box is bigger than the back of the box.
Oh.
You know, like in perspective.
What canvas size is that? This is 5,000 by 6,000. My neck has been sore for days because of that darn car trip. Rip. Did you have like a car? What's it? A road trip?
Interesting. Fisheye perspective isn't really worth learning unless you're very fluent with the others. It's just going to end up confusing you, and it's not, and the foreshortening is going to be all wrong. It's a very process-driven thing. I really wouldn't I wouldn't recommend attempting fisheye drawing until you've done a ton of 1, 2, and 3 point practice, like hundreds of different shots of 1, 2, and 3 point with draw through. Definitely do draw through. So you want to draw the back of the boxes and stuff too. But it's not bad to know like how this sphere around you works in terms of perspective. Car trip, huh? All right, everybody.
We're gonna head
I'm
off.
tired.
Yeah, my
I'm gonna
brain's
go to bed
fried.
Early
tonight.
Baldur's Gate, probably.
A little bit.
Oops. Gonna play video games.
Maybe we'll get ready for bed first.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Thank you for hanging out, everybody. Don't forget, we have this online school.
Called Anime Art School?
Yes, and we have a bunch of streams that...
Yeah.
No, did he show the Labubu on stream? No, it's clipped to her. I could get it if you want. If you want. You can talk about the thing.
Yes. So if you're interested in learning the fundamentals and actually just like getting that over with, and you want just like a resource for whenever you want, Anime Art School is our big 1 year long self-paced program. It's basically like, yeah, it's like a year long. We have a bunch of classes like heads and faces, anatomy and figure drawing, fabric and form. We also have an introduction to digital art where like if you are completely a beginner at digital art, we have a smaller course on that. This is like not part of the anime art school program, but it's one of the bonus courses. And then we also got perspective and dimensional drawing. It's basically like a whole package. And we also have like character design and a painting class and all that good stuff. So this is what you get. You have like a bunch of practical assignments that will actually like get you to draw and, you know, do things correctly. So heads and hair and all that stuff and expressions. So you can check all that stuff out on our website, drawanime.com.
Look what we found.
Super worth it, I think. Oh, it's even the same color as the card.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cute. He's fierce.
Mm-hmm. He's fierce. Yeah. I can just imagine he's like, yeah.
That's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So joining the art school, I want to try drawing for so long. Heck yeah, that's honestly the perfect time.
Sounds
so
awesome.
like, I mean, we basically cater to people who've always wanted to like express themselves and want to create their own stories, but like never really figured out how to do it.
That can't be right.
That can't be right. Huh, interesting. So yeah, like we cater to people who have always wanted to do it, but have like never really knew where to start. So we give you guys a good starting point. So like if you're really busy, for example, this is great to just pick back up because you have it forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like you can even supplement your college art classes or whatever.
Wow.
It's like basically like a college replacement or alternative. So that is our anime art school.
La Bobo.
6'7".
I don't like 6'7", but I do like.
I
the
do like
Labubus.
Labubu.
They're cute. They're cool. Like they're
Guys,
really well made.
Did you try the Dubai chocolate mocha from Starbucks?
It's actually pretty good.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, we full on.
I'm full on like going Dubai
Labubu,
chocolate.
6'7", and Dubai chocolate are like the trouble comes in threes of 2025.
Yep. Yes, this does cost money. It's not free, but our streams are free and our YouTube channel and YouTube videos are free as well. So
you can check it out here. Take a screenshot of that. You can go to our website, drawanime.com.
Mm-hmm.
It is not Anime Art Academy. It is Anime Art School.
Anime Art School.
Make sure you go to this site.
Mm-hmm.
It'll direct you to the page where you can check it out and everything.
Yep.
The deadly three. You know, we
The
had
trinity
to,
of memes.
We couldn't leave 2025 without
Gimme.
without investigating those three. Christina loves the Dubai chocolate bars from Costco.
Oh, they're so good.
She
It's so
loves
like
them.
it's so like
That's
rich and
crazy.
decadent, but it feels very satisfying. It's a very satisfying dessert. This is cute. I actually really like the one that we got. Feels expensive. Why are you so expensive? Huh?
It's a premium brain rot product. It's a premium brain rot product.
It's about this big, and it's a pretty decent size. I thought it was gonna be smaller.
Yeah, he's going back on our mirror so he can hang and say hi to everybody while we drive around.
Mm-hmm.
Or her. Do they have names? Do they like name them or do they not?
I don't know if they
so.
name him. I would be surprised if they did name him.
We saw some girl in Costco and she had one of these hanging on her purse, and I told Christina Labubu, and the girl heard me say Labubu, and she was like, she like smirked. 24 karat gold Labubu.
Oh, I could maybe have some kimchi and rice later.
And Labubu. That's, yeah.
It's like the Shrek smirk.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody, for showing up and hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate it. We will be heading off. Good night, everybody. Baldur's Gate 3, here I come.
Yep.
And bedtime because I'm tired. So don't forget to keep on drawing.
Have fun.
Or not. I don't really care. I mean, if you don't want to draw, you don't have to.
Yeah.
But, you know, up to you.
And we'll see you probably tomorrow.
Yes, we're gonna stream every day this week. Although we did stream 3 hours and 18 minutes, or we're gonna try to hit a 2 hour minimum every day. Some days we go more. Some days we don't go less.
Yeah.
Bye everybody. Have a good night. Wait. Oh yeah, we do have a Discord server, by the way.
Yes, we do.
You can hang out and chat and share your art. And on that note, it is time to say goodbye.
That's a pretty good meme too, honestly.
Bye everybody.
Bye-bye.
And bye YouTube.
Bye.